following content may contain strong language, controversial opinions, raw conversations, and high levels of accountability. This channel covers business, culture, economics, current events, and real-world commentary. If you're easily offended, this may not be the stream for you. Viewer discretion is advised.
Sweet.
What up, what up? Come on in, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on all post notifications, and need a commercial insurance for your trucking business. There's a link in the description. There's a link in the description below for LogRock or for renewal, looking for a more affordable solution for insurance. There's a link and a phone number in the description below for LogRock, partner of the channel. Come on in, guys. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on all post notifications. How's everybody doing? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Trying to get back in the swing of things, man. Shout out to Junior representing the MGM gang in the building. Shout out to Mark Brown in the building. What's going on? Don Beasy said, that's that jam. Yes, sir. You know, come on, man. Come on, man. You know, big market connoisseur of many things. Music is one of them. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to Jay Young. What's good? D-Block say got them classics, man. Big market connoisseur, bro. And I grew up in that era. You got to understand, I grew up in that era. You dig what I'm saying? So because I grew up in that era, you understand the demonstration of the era in which my parents came from. So you got to understand what was being played in the household when I was a shorty. You understand what I'm saying? So we would hear things out there. They really didn't come up one of them households. Remember the phonograph? What was it? What they called the stereo back in the day? Phonograph or whatever it was. You had to. It was on the tier base. You had the record player at the top. You had the system with the tape deck in the middle, and then at the bottom you had the rack with the records, and then you had the big tower speaker on one side, the big tower speaker on the other side. And then mama, daddy put the record on and play, and then you jam out in the crib. You did what I'm saying? They don't really know nothing about that. So, you know, things like loose ends is something that we used to get played in the household back in the day. You understand what I'm saying? So shout out to you. Shout out to SD Walk and all the moderators, the gang. You did what I'm saying? You saw, yo, what's that last song called? This is Loose Ends. To listen to. Shout out to We Carry Freight in the building, representing the MGM gang. Shout out to Frank Sinatra. You said you never realized we assembled that song to now. Yeah, it's a lot of the artists in today, right? In the current generation, even the generation past, probably the past future. Every generation of music samples from previous generations, right? So, I'd say the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s. So maybe that 40-year period produced some of probably the best music ever in all genres. You dig what I'm saying? So 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. After the 90s, I mean, there's good music that came out in the 2000s. There's good music that came out in the 2010s. There's good music that comes out in the current decade, the 2020s. But, you know, me being a connoisseur of music, all music, you know what I'm saying? I don't just listen to R&B and rap, hip hop. But when it goes to rock and roll, when it goes to alternative music, just even other genres, heavy metal, the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, some of the best music. So, you know, people are always going to sample from previous generations, you know. A lot of the music in those generations was more organic. They were making the music from scratch. Nowadays, you know, artists just sample. It's like a shortcut because they can't really produce something monumental from scratch, so they have to go borrow from previous generations. Shout out to Cruz and Lane. What's going on? Shout out to Ben Uzi representing the MGM. Frank Sinatra said YNs don't know about that music. For sure. I see. YNs are very musically disconnected, you know, as it pertains to good quality music. You dig what I'm saying? So I've realized that. Shout out to Jonathan. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? So really quick today, I know we haven't done any lectures in quite some time now. So I said, all right, well, you know, after the conversation I had with a few of the guys from the call-in show the other day, I said it's time for me to probably circle back the block and have this conversation about the whole business and the job thing. And this is a conversation we're going to probably have to have once or twice a year. So it may be recycled a little bit, but every time I recycle, I try to switch it up a little bit because the internet pushes it in different ways, you know, from year to year. What else? I did go back because a few people asked the other day, what did I think about the, what's the kid's name down in Mississippi, Nolan? And you know, I told you guys I didn't even know about it. I had been disconnected from social media for about the past week. I hadn't been on social media, not because I was taking a break, but I just been really, really busy. It was a holiday. I was running the streets. I was moving around. I was kicking it. So I really wasn't in tune. So sad situation. I have went back and kind of researched the situation. I thought about doing a reaction, investigative type of live stream, similar to kind of what we did with the Carmelo Anthony situation. I still may do it. I thought about doing it last night, but that's something that, you know, if I do decide to react and give my 2 cents, it's going to damper my mood. And last night wasn't a dampering. I didn't want to be in a dampered mood situation. Probably won't get to it today, tomorrow, probably be at the beginning of next week. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But from what I've seen, I mean, what's known don't need to be explained. You know, that's some typical middle American shit. I mean, you should be able to put 2 and 2 together. You know, one of the kids' names was Wyatt. You dig what I'm saying? Listen, I'm never getting on a boat with a nigga named Wyatt. I don't even know no Wyatts. You know, I'm from the crib. You dig what I'm saying? Real inner city type shit. You dig? I know no Wyatts. Never came across a Wyatt a day in my life. You dig what I'm saying? But if you look at the situation all the way down to the video, where the video was captured of, what's his name, Nolan? Is that his name, Nolan? I don't want to misconstrue. Hold on. What was this kid's name? What was the kid's name? What was his name? What was his name? What was his name? Somebody help me out. What was that kid's name? I don't even know what to put in the search because Nolan Wells. Nolan Wells. All right, so if you look at the picture and then you look at the video, all the people that were there outside on that island, whatever that argument that Nolan got into, when you seen that cell phone camera pan, there was a lot of people, but everybody was fixated on that argument. So there's enough people that were there to know who he was arguing with and who were the parties involved, but nobody is saying nothing. One of the boys' mother is one of the top judges in that little bitty town. So it's definitely some cover-up shit. And it's a kind of a what's known don't need to be explained situation. This group of people is saying one thing, the girl is saying something else. You left him behind, but you had his cell phone. The cell phone and everybody else's cell phones were showing that all parties involved were where his cell phone was back on the the mainland for 4 hours. Everybody was in that same area. They decided that night to clean the boat. For what reason? Why are you cleaning a boat that supposedly was bringing in water? That would have been something that I would have probably got told to a shop where they fixed the leak. You know what I'm saying? I don't think cleaning the boat would have been a priority at that particular time. So my question is out of all those people that you saw that were fixated on the argument, how come has no one said who he was arguing with? If I got 3 friends, right? I'm on a boat with 3 friends, and they're supposedly friends, which are not his friends. Because I'm going to tell you something. This is why I'm telling you some middle American shit. We go together, we leave together. Like when you come from certain environments, you know that. What's known don't need to be explained. We go together, we leave together. We go here, we understand that. We from where we from the crib. Listen, if we gonna go out to a nightclub, understanding we going to have a good time, but we know where we from. We know it's gonna be people, it might be some people that on dummy, right? Listen, we go together, we leave together, we go together, we stick together. Period. It's like what's known don't need to be explained. I don't give a fuck what's going on. If we get on a boat, and go to some fucking deserted island, which I'll never do, it makes no sense to me. But let's say we get on a boat, me and some of the guys, and there's some other people there, and one of the guys is hollering at a broad. You dig what I'm saying? We not finna leave him. We don't give a fuck what he said. Yo, go ahead and leave, man. I'm gonna stay back. I'm gonna catch a ride with the broad. We don't know the broad. We don't know the broad. We not leaving you here with some broad that you just met on some island. You coming with us. Ain't no ifs, ands, or maybes. We go together, we leave together. Period. Period. So what's known in this situation just don't need to be explained. This, to me, it's a open and shut type of thing. Flag 2. They left him. And they don't seem to care. Let me explain something to you. And I'm keeping it 1,000 with you. This is why you can tell this is some middle American shit. You from the crib, or you one of the guys, and you really a friend, and some shit like this happen, you not finna be, well, like all laxy daisy and chilling. If you really one of the guys, then shit, you finna turn. Listen, if something happened to me like that, I'm gonna tell you now, man, motherfuckers finna tear some shit up around this bitch. The motherfuckers finna tear some shit up. Why? Because if they really your homies, they finna join the search brigade or team or whatever to come looking for you too. We need some answers. We need to get to some understanding. Just let me come up missing. Well, you finna have a bunch of GDs, Blackstones, Vice Lords, everything on your ass. I'm just keeping it 1,000 with you. Motherfuckers coming and looking. Why? Because mama gonna shed a tear. You dig what I'm saying? The worst thing, mama finna shed a tear because the baby boy missing. Mark missing? What? Mama shed a tear. You know how many people love mama? So it's finna be a bunch of people, scary people, that's finna come tearing some shit up. I'm telling you. Motherfuckers ain't gonna sit idly by and just be like, damn. Well, we don't know. We told him to come with us, and he didn't come with us, and we just left. And then you out enjoying your day on social media, making regular posts, then you turn off your social media for what? You're going to see a bunch of demon emojis, purple demon emojis. You're going to see a bunch of bang bangs. Like it's going to be some shit going on. Like people are going to be really, 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 it's going to be like a super search party. And this is going to no holds bar. If they was really friends. you wouldn't be able to sleep. You wouldn't be able to function. So you leave your friend behind on an island, and then you're living a normal life on land. Like nothing, like your friend is not missing. It's cut and dry. Now, it's clear whoever he was arguing with probably had something to do with it. And I could be premature, but based on how these guys are acting, they probably had something to do with it. Because I could tell you this, hands down, none of my homies would never leave me, nor would I leave any of my homies. And if I wasn't a part of the trip, and one of my best homies, went out with some other people, and this situation happened, and they came up missing, then it's not fit. Like everything else stops, bro. We own that. We own that until we find them, and then once we find them, we still own that until we get answers. Somebody got to pay. It ain't gonna be no regular life and normalcy. It's not gonna be none of that. People are telling on themselves because they trying too hard. You trying too hard to be normal. You a middle American. You really don't understand how shit goes. If some shit like this happen, own that. Instantly, we own that. That should be your first reaction. One of your best homies come up missing, then come up dead. Your only reaction should be own that. Nothing else. That's the genuine response. They trying too hard to disassociate, detach, and act normal. It's a telltale sign. Why they did it, I don't know. But, when I look at the picture of him with the boys, it's just, I don't know. I didn't grow up in these rural areas, so I kind of understand that, he was, as far as the population is concerned, he's the minority. Obviously, in more ways than one. But it's like every month there's it's something like this. So you got this situation. Last month you had Carmelo Anthony. The month before that you had the black chick from was it Jersey? Where was she from? Jersey or Philly or something? The black Instagram chick who was dating a white guy, the crypto white guy. Ashley Janae, was that her name? And then she went over to Africa, and she ended up dead over there. And then he acting like they got into a fight, and then she mysteriously hung herself. That woman ain't hung herself. That woman ain't hung herself. Why would she hang herself? She was DSO. If they got into it, she could have came back to America, and somebody else with a bag would have easily cuffed her up. Like, she's not finna kill herself because this guy who was once a crypto millionaire, who's no longer a crypto millionaire, wasn't fucking with her no more. Like, this chick was after her bag. You did what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna see Big Mark. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Listen, whoever had the bag, she was going to come back to America, and somebody else was going to jump in her DM with a bag, and she would have just went on there. So, like, it wasn't worth her ending her life. Now, that shit was done to her. So every single month, it seems like it's a new case of some similar shit. Like, it's some similar shit going on around this motherfucker. I'm going to call it some similar shit going on around this motherfucker. You dig what I'm saying? So I think people need to choose wisely who they hang with, right? Choose wisely who they get in relationships with. You know what I'm saying? And just, understand that there's some weird shit going on out here. It's like every single month, it's some similar shit like this going on. I don't believe old girl killed herself in Africa. I don't believe this nigga just fell over the water and drowned. There's some shit going on where he was arguing with a motherfucker. So something happened there. I don't believe she killed herself in Africa. I don't believe this motherfucker did this shit. And then we had Carmelo Anthony last month. So, man, just be careful who you surround yourself with, man. Make sure you keep real ones around you and stay sucker free. All right, so boom. Now that we got that out the way, since people want me to talk about it. Now, since I said that, I might not even react to it. Because the shit gonna make me mad, bro. And I don't want to be mad. You dig what I'm saying? So the shit gonna make me mad. It's going to make me upset. So boom. All right, so the other day did a what do you call it? A call-in show. And one of the calls, the guy, you know, this whole freedom thing and time and, you know, with social media is just really, really, really fucked some people up. Thinking that entrepreneurship is the way to go. And it's just not for everybody, right? Everybody doesn't have what it takes to be an entrepreneur. Just keeping it a buck. I'm keeping it a buck. Prior to social media pushing this, everybody wasn't seeking entrepreneurship. Why? Because it wasn't pushed to them. Prior to social media, people understood I have what it takes, or I potentially have what it takes, or I don't have what it takes because I don't have the resources. Whether the resources be the education, whether the resources be the knowledge, whether the resources is the capital. But now, you know, it's pushed on individuals that, you know, you can be an entrepreneur. And that's far from the truth. Some people, and I can say this confidently, that start a business or seek to start a business, I've seen it for some people. Some people have called up on the show. We had one young lady called up a few months ago, and she's not really young, but a lady called up a few months ago, and some people starting a business is the worst decision that you could ever make. Some of the people that have called up on my show have actually quit their job. We've had few people that have called in that actually quit their job, drew down their retirement, took the penalty because they drew it down early, invested it into the box truck business and failed. Lost everything. There was one that stands out a lot because she ended up, you know, putting them heels on and standing at the truck stop. You dig what I'm saying? And you know the rest. If you follow the content, that one was actually clipped up. What's known don't need to be explained. A lot of people don't need to start a business, not because business is bad, but because business is not for everybody. It's just not. It's not. Social media has made working a job look like failure. And it's not. Working a job is not a failure. It's not. The whole escape the matrix thing, I think Andrew Tate, that's his phrase that he started. You got fire your boss. I forgot who started that. Never work for another man. A lot of people say that. Dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. If you're working a 9 to 5, you're a slave. We kind of reacted to an ignorant fool a month ago that said that. Most of the people that I see say the work for if you work a 9 to 5, you're a slave. Most of the people that do content that I see that, they're sitting in their cars. They look disheveled. They don't look happy. They fucked up out here in these streets. And they're telling you to quit your job because it's slavery. But they're not in a they're not in a position where they can tell you, okay, well, if you quit your job, these are your options. Here's the solutions. Once you quit, here are some solutions. They sitting there. I reacted to some of them. There was one guy specific I reacted to last month. None of them have solutions. What's the girl, GoDash and all these people? Remember, that's why content creators continue to fire her ass up, because she was on that quit your job, be a gigger and all that. And then when the gig economy turned, which smart people knew it was, and everybody started to fail because the demand, the demand is there, but the pay has gone down, which smart people knew that was going to happen because they want to be profitable. They got enough people on the platform now, right? They took a loss for an extended period of time to make sure they had enough people on the platform to meet the consumer demand. Now they can pay you less, and you're stuck because you listen to people like her and you quit your job to be a gigger. And now she's homeless. See how that worked? The lady who told you to quit your job is now begging for cash apps because she's homeless. She told you 2 years ago, quit your job, be a gigger, showing her little gig receipts and shit like that. Remember when Big Mark was telling you, no, don't do it. It doesn't make sense. It's not sustainable. I was a hater. Remember when y'all told me I was a hater? Remember that? Big Mar ain't never asked you for a goddamn thing. I ain't asked you for a super chat, a cash app, nothing. But the people like GoDash and some of the other people who told you to quit your job and be a gigger, you dig what I'm saying, are homeless now and begging. See, ain't that crazy how that shit work? Ain't that shit crazy how that shit work? I would never tell nobody to quit their job. I've always been an advocate to stay at your damn job. You seen me argue for years. Listen to people come in, bro, just stay at your job. Well, Mark, man, no, man, stay at your job. It's certain things in these conversations when I talk to these people that I be looking for that I don't hear. That's how I'm able to tell them to stay at their job. I could tell they don't have no discipline. The work ethic ain't there. The shit they complaining about. If you're complaining about certain things, these things you're going to have to do as an entrepreneur. Stay at your job. Or you got the individual who is telling you to quit your job because they're making money by convincing you to leave your job. Those are probably some of the worst people. They don't have your best interest in mind either. So you got an ignorant person who don't really have your best interest in mind because they ignorant. They just don't know no better themselves, right? And then you have a person who probably does know what they're telling you is not in your best interest, but they have to tell you this so that they can continue to monetize and enrich themselves. A lot of you guys, like the guy the other day, you think you're tired of working. You're really not tired of working. You're going to work harder as an entrepreneur than you are working for a company. I think you're just confused. You claim you're tired of management, people telling you what to do, or low pay, or disrespect, or the commute to work, or toxic coworkers, or lack of appreciation. I'm gonna be honest with you. Go to work, do your job, and go home. That's it. Well, Mark, you ain't. Listen, once upon a time, Mark worked, bro. I worked for a few companies. And I went to work, I did my job, and I went home. I don't care if a person appreciates. If I worked a job, I wouldn't care if you appreciated me or not. It might cross my mind, but like I'm not finna be all bent out of shape over this shit. I understand business. I'm there to do a job. I'm there to produce. I'm there to be productive for the betterment of the company. Business doesn't have feelings. If a person, a coworker is toxic, that's on them. I'm not there to make friends. You know what the commute is when people complain about the commute. You know what the commute is when you apply for the job. You just must have needed a job really, really bad at that particular time that you was willing to commute further because you didn't have no other options. But now that you're on the job and you've been doing this 45-minute or hour commute every day, now it's become wearing. Now you're complaining about it, but the commute was the commute when you got hired. Some people misconstrue a manager or management delegating tasks to do as disrespect. I just think it's delegation. I see some of the people on Instagram complaining about their bosses. I seen one, now they sneak the camera when they get written up. They have the camera like in their pocket and they be like audio recording. They don't show the manager, but you can hear the conversation. I was watching one and the manager was writing her up, giving her a warning for being late. And she was like, well, I got to get my baby to this. And like, listen, with all due respect, boo bae, like the business don't care about getting your baby to the daycare. That's your responsibility. If you got a kid and you want to work and you got a time to be at work, then you need to make sure you get up early enough, right, to get your baby to the goddammit babysitter or to daycare. If you got to be at work at 8, 9 o'clock, most daycares, from my understanding, open at 6 a.m. So that means you got to get up earlier, baby girl. And she in there snapping with the HR manager, and the HR manager like, man, you keep being late, and your excuse is you got to get your baby to daycare. Like, man, the business ain't really trying to hear that. That ain't got nothing to do with the business. We need you here to be on this register. We need you, we need you on that sales floor, baby girl. If you ain't here to be on the register, we're going to be short of register, and now the lines are going to be back. The other lines that are open are going to be backed up. So now it affects the productivity of the business, affects the efficiency of what we got going on. Call Man. You dig what I'm saying? Where Man at? Is Man, because Man he's still laying in the bed. Man don't want to watch little buddy. Because that ain't his kid. You dig what I'm saying? That ain't Man kid. Man just laying up, fucking on you. You know what I'm saying? He fucking on you. You letting him come in there, fuck on you. You know what I'm saying? You got to get up, get little buddy to the daycare. Man ain't his kid. The business don't care nothing about none of that. We need you here on register 9. At 9, you dig? We need you on 9 at 9. Not 9 on 1, not 9 on 5, not 9 on 7. At 9. The whole baby situation, that's not going to pull on the heartstrings. That ain't going to pull on the heartstrings. No, just keeping it a buck with you. Hey, look, I know some people going to get mad. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not lying to you. Motherfucker didn't disrespect you. Motherfucker just told you what it was. The pay. It's what it was. It's what it is. You accepted it. Listen, the pay is the pay. If you could do better, you would do better. You accepted the pay because you needed it. If you had more qualifications and a higher skill set, then you would seek a job that pays more money. You accepted the 15. It's what it is. You accepted the dub. It's what it is. Another reason why I think a lot of people shouldn't start a business, based on the conversations that I have in some of these call-in shows, I'm keeping it 1,000 with you. I just listen to what people say. Lack of discipline. The business is not going to create the discipline. You have to have the discipline before you start the business. You can't become disciplined after you start the business. That's one of the main reasons a lot of people fail. Business demands discipline beforehand. You have to be disciplined in order to get the rewards that a business can bring you, right? If you're like old girl who I was watching sneak her phone on while she was getting reprimanded in the office for being late, starting a business isn't going to make you on time. If you are a person who's late, you're going to be late for work in your business, because that's just who you are. If you have somewhere to be at a specific time, you're going to make sure you get there. That's not going to change because you start a business. I don't care what you tell me. If you're a type of person who likes to avoid tough conversations, like the conversation we're having right now, it's going to be very difficult for you to deal with customers. You're going to have bad customer service. There's a guy in my Discord right now. My whole thing with him is communication. When I talk to him or when other people try to talk to him, he keeps interrupting. He always has an excuse. He doesn't let you finish. He doesn't let the individuals that have the more experience than him finish, right? He always has an excuse and he has to interrupt you, right? And this is why his communication is bad with customers. This is why he puts himself in situations that he shouldn't be in. He avoids the hard conversations. Sometimes it's just saying no. He avoids those conversations, and he takes on things because he avoids having hard conversations, so he accepts things that he shouldn't accept, and then he finds himself in these pickles. He knows who I'm talking about. Some people procrastinate. I don't understand. If you a procrastinator as a employee or just a regular person in the world, even if it's not pertaining to work, just in general in life, it's going to pass over to when you become an entrepreneur. Nobody's going to come save you. If you're a procrastinator waiting for somebody to come save you, you're going to do the same thing in business. Nobody ain't coming to save you. Like motherfucker who, God damn it, don't you know motherfuckers that like when they in situations and shit out in the real world, first thing motherfucker do is hit a blunt or go take a nap and go to sleep. Like the fucking problem is still gonna be there once you come down off that high. The problem's still gonna be there once you wake your punk ass up. Like you can't sleep forever. These motherfuckers that fucked up, they get in the gym and they go fucking sleep and take a nap. For what? Or they go smoke go get high. You're gonna come down off the high. Problem will still be there. Why don't you just solve the problem or seek a solution? Shit's still gonna be there. As a business owner, you're gonna be faced with many problems. If you're lucky enough to scale, right, and have a multitude of, let's say, because we're just speaking general business, but let's use trucks as the example. You got a multitude of trucks, you got a multitude of people. The higher you get, the more problems you're going to be faced with on a daily basis. You're going to have a multitude of problems that you're going to have to solve day to day. Everybody's going to be looking at you. You can't procrastinate because everybody's coming to you looking at you for answers. So you have to be able to solve problems expeditiously. If you are a procrastinator in real life, nigga, then stay at your job. Why? Because now the job's job is to start to solve the problems. You go to upper management, middle management, your supervisor with a problem, and they solve it. You don't have to think. They're there to think for you. If you are not a good problem solver, you probably shouldn't start a business. I'm just telling you what your favorite people ain't going to tell you because they want something from you. All these reasons are also what boosts that percentage rate of failures up, right? Most people that start a business fail. It's not always because a lack of capital. I know people, right? And I'm not going to go into that. I'm just thinking of people I know in real life that got it over the course of years, me knowing them, especially like in the 2000s, right? Man, I know I can name you 2-3 people that I know. I'm talking about millions in the street, millions in the street. And what did they try to do? Start a rap label. They got millions of dollars off the street. They know how to make the money in the street. They can't rap a lick, but they want to be the rapper. Now, there's plenty of people who ain't got the resources but got the talent. And for the life of me, I could never understand why certain people I know I'm thinking about, why don't you take some of the money that you got, you good at making the money in the street, and put it in this dude who is talented, but he ain't got the money? No, because the nigga from the street with the money in the street, he still want the clout that he getting from being big time in the street in the music. Can't rap a lick. Shit is trash. I never understood why all the big time dope dealers wanted to be the rappers when there was plenty of rappers that didn't have the money. They could have put the money from the street into the niggas that actually had the talent. That shit used to boggle my mind. And everybody, 100% of the niggas that I knew that was heavy in the street that tried to do the music thing failed. They succeeded in the street, failed in the music. So you don't necessarily, a lot of people that fail in business is not always because they have a lack of capital. I've seen people with capital still fail because they lack other things, right? Something else that every time, I have these conversations with people that want to start a business, the other thing that I think they are misguided about, or misinformed about, or misled, because social media misleads people, the freedom thing. I don't understand. If you leave your job and you start a business, where is the freedom? I don't understand that. It's boggling. Like, it's just the boggleization. And I know that's not a word, but I'm making it up. The boggleization of that is crazy to me, bro. Right. Because you become everything. There's no punch the clock out. There's no 5. You dig what I'm saying? There's no 9 to 5. There's no, I'm out of this bitch at 5. It's none of that. It's, I'm out of here when the business says I can leave or when I'm done. I got to be here longer because they fucked up or they didn't show up. You have less freedom. With a job, is a little bit more structure as far as your time is concerned, right? Because you got to shift 9 to 5. Most jobs are going to kick you out at 5 because they don't want to pay overtime. There's some jobs that gladly pay you overtime, and some jobs like healthcare, like if you're a nurse or a doctor, you can get mandated, right? But most jobs, they don't want to pay overtime, right? They're going to kick you out. So you can build out your day and you plan your day a little bit more better than you can as an entrepreneur. Any real business person, see, this is how you can tell a real business person from a fake business person or a person who's really ran business versus people who just talk it. Because a person who's been in business or is in business will tell you that. There's going to be plenty of days where you mentally, okay, I'm going to schedule dinner. Yeah, let's schedule a table for 2 at Roof Chris at 7. And at 3:30, hey, babe, I'm still going to try to make it, but it ain't looking good. Push it back to 8. At 5, see if they got a 9. At 5:30, man, we're going to have to reschedule it. I've done that plenty of times. Why? Because the day, it didn't go the way I thought it would go. Shit happened. So where's the freedom? When I can't even guarantee a 7 o'clock reservation. I can't guarantee it. As a person who works, let's say, at Walmart, if I get off at 5, I'm pretty much getting off at 5. There's a higher level of certainty that the Walmart guy is going to get off at 5 versus the entrepreneur. Where's the freedom? Oh, I want more work-life balance. I don't believe in that shit regardless. But when people say that, stay at your job, then you're going to get more of a balance there than you ever would as an entrepreneur. Especially if you're an entrepreneur who's just really trying to really be successful and you're pushing yourself and you're setting goals and milestones for yourself that you're trying to accomplish and reach. You're going to prioritize the business, right? So where's the balance when you're prioritizing work over everything? You got God, you got business, and then everything comes after that. So where's the balance? I don't believe in it. Propaganda. There's a lot of responsibilities that come along with a business that I've talked about on this channel. A lot of your favorite people don't. That further prove my point that there's less freedom. It's things that you got to do. It's things that I've seen from having conversations with a lot of guys that are in this space, box trucking, don't do, like taxes. You'd be surprised how many people don't pay taxes. I've had conversations with people. I recently had a conversation a few months ago with someone in my Discord who thought they were doing things right, but they weren't even doing payroll. They were zelling people. Lawsuits, insurance, marketing. I'm really jammed down on an individual in the Discord about marketing. What are you doing after the truck is parked? Okay, well, why aren't you marketing? The day doesn't stop once the truck, you are new. Nobody knows you. If you don't put yourself out there, how do you expect to get more business? Just because you're at home doesn't mean the day is over with. The work still keeps going. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. You're complaining to me, because me, Big Margo, and Jay Down, you in the Discord, the Jay and Down don't stop. It's worse, right? If you are a mover and I ask you on June 30th, how many you got today? And you tell me nothing, oh, I'm going to desecrate you. Why? Because I need to know why on June 30th you have absolutely no moves. You mean to tell me you ain't even got last minute moves? You ain't even got, God damn it, I've called every mover and everyone's booked. I waited to the last minute moves. You have nothing. So that means you should be working when your truck is parked at the end of the day. You need to be on social media marketing yourself. You need to be using all the technology that is afforded to you that I didn't have back in the day, making flyers, making campaigns, right? Targeting different demographics and bringing business in so that on a very busy day when you should absolutely be booked, you have nothing. So where is the fucking freedom? The books, the accounting. You know why Mark don't do the I'm gonna tell you something. Notice I don't fuck with the OTR guys. I don't even talk to these motherfuckers no more. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Big Mark gonna keep it. I lost a lot of subscribers. A lot of motherfuckers is mad at me. They don't watch me no more. You know why? Because I said something. I pissed a lot of motherfuckers off with that not cost per mile, but that cheap freight shit. Remember when I was on that there's no such thing as cheap freight campaign? You had content creators mad at me. You got motherfuckers just stop watching me. I see them watch other people. They mad at me because they believe there's a such thing because they don't understand business. They mad because they believe in the propaganda machine. They believe what other people tell them. When I say there's no such thing, if this guy can run what you're considering to be cheap freight can profitably, why is that a bad thing? He's operating way less than you. Why does he have to sit on his hands? Because your operation cost is higher. They got mad at Big Mark. I realized, and then with the CPM thing, like for fucking 3 years, 100% of the people that call into the show don't know what their cost is, to the point where they knew that I was going to ask them that. Man, I know what you finna ask me, Mark. I ain't going to lie. I realized that the OTR guys, I'm going to keep it a G ball with you. I will keep it a G as it pertains to the box truck thing. As far as mentality wise, at the bottom, pimp. Listen, and I ain't saying all of them. If you know the shoe don't fit, don't put the motherfucker on. But if you pay attention to when I talk to the moving guys or the final mile guys, they're a little bit more intentional. There's a barrier there, right? More work. A lot of people are looking for the easiest shit. And the people who look for the easiest shit, even when there's things that you can do out there that you can make a shit ton more money, but it requires work, and they still avoid it, and they search for the easy shit because they're looking for instant gratification, those are the people that, if you pay attention, they're very laxy-daisy as it pertains to the things that they need to do to make sure and ensure that they're successful within their business. That's why I don't talk to them no more. It's a waste of time. And I'm being very generous in my words. The OTR box truck guys, this is not bright. The shoe don't fit, don't put the motherfucker on. Listen, if you're running a business and you don't know what it costs you to run your business, that's a problem. That's why I don't talk to them no more. That's why I don't do CPM. I gave up. Fuck them. I'm not going to keep talking to people who don't get it and don't want to get it. Fuck them. The niches that I've made my money in, if you pay attention, those individuals who are coming in and seeking that information, they're a little bit more intentional. Why? Because they already come in with the understanding that, yo, to make this great money, there's going to be some work associated with it. So they're not looking for the easy thing. They're looking, understanding, yo, this shit gonna be some sweat equity is gonna be put in this motherfucker. So I see that they're a little bit more intentional. They go above and beyond. They do what they're supposed to do. It's just easier to talk. And I get it. That's less people, but it's more peace of mind for me. I don't understand how a middle mailer, like majority of your competition is stupid. I'm just keeping it $1,000 with you. Yeah. Big Mario will keep it $1 because I don't really give a fuck if you like me or not. I'm just going to tell you the truth. I don't see like low cost of entry, know your numbers, win. Don't do stupid shit. Don't come in and buy fucking goddamn it. What's the fucking Top Mark and Perco and all these goddamn it equipment finance and things that fuck y'all up. Don't do that. Stop listening to I got tired of telling motherfucker $5,000 and shit like that. You want to argue with me and you want to go say all this dumb shit, but then when I say, all right, well, let's have a conversation, motherfucker don't want to have that conversation. Explain to me how you can do it. Tired of having that conversation, right? Because it's stupid. Tired of having a conversation where you need to save up some money by coming in with some working capital. But Mark, we from the struggle. Once again, I ain't got shit to do with this is business. You need working capital. I'm tired of having these fucking nigger conversations. You dig what I'm saying? I'm not finna do it no more. So I don't say this shit no more. If anybody's wondering why you don't do it, and I haven't for maybe 4 or 5 months now, this is why. Why should I have to beg you to do what's in your best interest? Shit makes no sense whatsoever. Shouldn't start a business. Me going back and forth with Lou Jackson. Lou Jackson, why you been in this box truck business 5 years and you ain't paid taxes? Well, Mark, I had to get my girl a car, man. She went to college. What does that got to do with taxes? I just don't understand it. I don't get it. Makes no sense. Now, let me tell you something that a lot of you may not know because the internet doesn't tell you this, because they tell you the opposite of this. A great employee can become rich. A great employee can become wealthy. Even today, right? Even today, right? Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. I would say the last generation of individuals who worked a job and became rich or wealthy would probably be the boomers, right? Because that gap from cost of living and earnings, it was not as wide as it is now, right? Could make a lot of money back in the day, and the cost of living was very, 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 very low. So what a person was making back then in comparison to what the cost of living was versus now, it's like day and night. But even still today, you could still do it. You may not have the economy, so to speak, on your side, but like back in the day, but if you exercise discipline, right, and have a plan, still attainable. There's people out here that make well over $100,000. You get a match. You may have a pension. You get health care. Paid vacation. Bonuses. You don't have to deal with payroll. You don't have to deal with people calling off at midnight, right? And then now you can't sleep because it's too late for you to try to call someone else in. You got to wait till the morning and keep your fingers crossed and pray to God that they answer the phone because they know what you're calling for when you start calling at 6 a.m. That person, if they're smart, they invest for 30 years, right? So why do you think that person is losing? How is that person losing? How? Sounds like a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Sounds like a winner, winner, chicken dinner to me, right? If you don't have the skill set, the discipline, willing to make the sacrifices, and have a level of ruthlessness, and that's something I'm probably going to talk about in the near future, and it's going to piss some people off, and I know it. To be an entrepreneur. A lot of guys I talk to that are in this space, they don't have health care. Why? It's expensive. You don't have to worry about that when you work a job. They can't afford to take time off. We watched and reacted to the guy who had to come off the road, bury his wife, and as soon as the funeral was over, he hopped in his truck and went back over the road because he couldn't afford to fucking bereave. Or grieve, I should say. He couldn't afford to grieve. And as an owner-operator, there's no bereavement pay. A lot of guys that are in this space, they don't invest. A lot of them, as soon as they come in, they're underwater and they never can get above water and they fail. A lot of the guys who make money, they have poor spending habits. They lack the discipline. I think a job is a great idea for some people. Social media has kind of romanticized this whole romanticize the grind. Gotta grind, gotta get to it. Which is true. You know, you definitely have to do that for business and even work, you have to do it, you know. But I think if you have a plan, right, from an entrepreneurship perspective, that plan, I mean, that grind doesn't necessarily have to be for an extended period of time. You can be very, very disciplined and sacrifice, and you can get in and exit. You could sell your business, you could sell off the shit. You never know. There may be a time where a great opportunity may come your way and you'll be prepared for it if you've done the right things and you've had all your ducks in a row. So there is a level of truth there, but I think social media has romanticized it. You also have to stop copying somebody else's calling. Mark's calling may not be your calling. Your calling may not be my calling. The next person's calling is not going to be your calling. Just because that person did something doesn't mean that you can do it. Now, some people argue against that, right? But that shit is false, right? I can't do what LeBron does. Well, I don't got the height. I can't do what MJ did. I don't got the height nor the talent. Can I hoop in my day? Yeah, I could hoop, but not at the level of the talent as Mike or LeBron. I'm not Jay-Z. I ain't Rakim. I ain't Biggie. I ain't Pac. I couldn't put words together. I tried. I think we all tried at some point to rap. Couldn't put words together like that. Right? But I still know how to make money in other ways. Those people's calling just wasn't my calling. I tried some of those things. Come to the realization, I'm not good at it. I'm good at business though. I know how to make money. I'm disciplined. I'm willing to sacrifice. It's certain things. Listen, I'm MOB. I'm MOB. I'm MOE. You dig what I'm saying? I'm MOB. I'm MOE. My calling may not be your calling. You may not be. You may be OM. So if I'm MOB and you BOM, you're not going to be able to do what I do. Period. Our callings are different. I'm keeping it 1,000 with you. You gonna chase the I'm gonna chase the bag. I gotta have it. I have to. I got to, bro. I have to have it. It's fucked up, bro. I wish I wasn't like this, but I am. So we not the same. We ain't the same. You gonna lay up with the bitch over the money. You dig? I can't. I'm gonna go get it. I have to have it, man. I have to. It's not. Gotta have it. It's not a question. Nigga, you gonna lay in the bed because your tummy hurt. I don't give a fuck. I gotta get up out the bed. Nigga, I could take pain. Nigga. You more physically built naturally, organically than me. You could technically start a moving company, but you lazy. You don't want to lift nothing. We not the same. It's not for you. Your calling may be for something else. May not be business. Your calling may be mechanics or electrician or plumber. Maybe a gigolo. I don't know. You might Listen, I know a motherfucker, I swear for God, everything I love, I know a motherfucker who's made a career. Well, he work a job, but it's, this motherfucker, he the type of motherfucker, he gonna do whatever. He gonna do some shit. He know how to, this motherfucker know how to move in on the, yeah, you know what I'm saying? The nigga gonna always find the broad to live. She gonna, the bitch, the broad gonna pull him in and he gonna fuck the shit. He gonna he gonna do whatever he gotta do to make sure he got a roof over his head with a broad. He like a professional gigolo. That may be your calling. I ain't bullshitting you. It's motherfuckers like that out here. See, we having real conversations. You dig what I'm saying? That motherfucker can't never be no business motherfucker. Why? Because he too busy chasing. And that's why he can't never get no money. And that's why he always got a slang thing for a place to stay. You dig? Now, I know this conversation is going over some people's heads. And I know some middle Americans out there that don't understand the terminology that I'm using. And that's unfortunate, right? But you're going to have to catch up. Everybody's calling is not the same. It's not. I've seen people coming in this space with content creation before me, after me, and couldn't, for the life of them, couldn't even garner an audience. I'm not thinking about anybody in specific, so. But I've seen people come, gain an audience. I've seen people try and just couldn't get an audience. People couldn't resonate with them for whatever reason, right? Some people can do some things and some people can't, vice versa. Some people are builders. Some people are operators. Some people are business people. Some people are artists. Some people are managers. Some people are hoopers. Some people are rappers. Some people should own companies. Some people shouldn't. Some people should start at a company as an employee at the bottom and work their way to the top. Some people are going to start at the bottom and stay at the bottom. There's not one correct path. It's just everybody is different. Everybody doesn't have the same skill set. Everybody's calling ain't the same. Social media has convinced people that if you don't own a business, you are a failure. And that's the farthest from the truth, because I've seen more people, and this is statistically correct, start a business and fail. I've seen people, the only people that I see fail as it pertains to work are the people who did something to get fired. If the business is still up and thriving, if you work for a company that's still up and thriving, that means you went in there and fucked up. You were late, you were insubordinate, you stole, whatever. It's nonsense. I believe most people should work a job. Success is not measured by whether you own a company or not. There's people that have figured out their calling and found purpose in the work they do. There are proud plumbers out here. There's proud electricians. There's proud welders. There's proud policemen. There's proud firemen. There's proud HVAC workers. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. There's people that work great careers that have healthy finances and their families are cared for. And they didn't do it as an entrepreneur. They did it as an employee. There's a lot of people that have peace when they lay their head on a pillow at night that are company people. Some people get there from entrepreneurship. There's people that get there from work. More people get there from work than entrepreneurship. You don't have to chase a title. There's nothing wrong with working a job. Unfortunately, not everybody is going to be able to obtain that freedom as soon as some other people may have obtained it. It's just life. There's things that I think people admire me for, and there's things that I admire from other people. There's things that I admire. Like I got a buddy, and he recently just hit a milestone, and it's something that I haven't done yet, but I admire him for that. Right? Some people hit milestones and goals sooner than others. Everybody's journey is not going to be the same. Some people are going to be rich. Some people are going to get by. Some people are going to have are going to be able to obtain higher end things, and some people aren't. Some people are going to have the basic necessities and not be happy and walk out their front door and there'll be somebody there homeless. It's just the way things are. But if you want to be an entrepreneur, a successful one, there's a level of discipline and sacrifice that I think most people just don't have. And I'm saying this based off the experience that I have of talking to thousands and thousands of people throughout this journey that I've been on in the past 4 years, right? As far as this content creation thing and opening my platform up to having conversations with people. Just not willing to do what it takes. So don't let anybody, I didn't mean to hit that button. Don't let anybody talk you out of working a job. It may be the best thing for you, believe it or not, right? And I'm not here to talk people about entrepreneurship. I have no interest, like it's not going to, because I'm not saying, well, go apply here. No, it's just what's known don't need to be explained. Like, there's a lot of brothers out there that are just being misled, and we just got to have real conversations, bro. You know, I'm not incentivized one way or the other. There's no company that's saying, hey, Mark, talk people into working a job and then send them here. Or Mark, talk people out of getting a job into entrepreneurship and tell them to go sign up here. It's no, it's just something that's on my heart to tell people based on the conversations that I've had with people when they call in. Okay. What time is it? 4 o'clock. Maybe let's open up the line. Maybe take a call or two, and then we'll go ahead and skedaddle. You dig what I'm saying? Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. Did I didn't mean to leave this banner up. Let me take that down. I meant to take it down. You know, I gotta kind of get back into the swing of things. Let's go ahead and open up the lines for a brief little momentary second. You dig what I'm saying? See if we get any calls. And then go from there. Shout out to Chris P in the building. Is the number on the screen? Yeah. All right, we're gonna open up the phone lines for a second, see what happened. You said a lot of people don't, well, and that's the messed up thing about it, because when you start your business, you got to think about the future, right? There's no HR manager there to call you in to help you set up. You got to do that, be proactive. Like, hello?
What's going on, Mark?
What up? Who that?
My name is Caleb. I called in a while back, and I was just watching your show. And I agree with you, man. I feel like not everybody needs to be a business owner to be successful. You know what I'm saying? I agree with what you're saying.
But I feel like it's a but coming on.
No, it ain't no but. It's actually because me, I own my own business, and a lot of people think that owning your own business isn't work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, they think that, okay, I'm gonna get this business, I'm gonna get this money, and I'm gonna be able to enjoy my life more. But that's gonna happen later on down the road. Like, you gotta work more whenever you start doing your own thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and a lot of people they're not prepared for that sacrifice. And then it's like once they get in it, it can make or break the situation. And unfortunately, usually breaks it more often than not. You know.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, because all right, I'm supposed to be home right now, right? Because I had booked up my week, and I had my loads running to where, okay, I'll be able to be home this weekend. Something was going on with my truck. I had to drop it in the shop. That's extra money I had to spend in. Then I had to call the broker, tell them the load was going to be late. Now I had to push that back another day. Now I got to deliver this another day. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Some people, that'll happen, and they're like, oh, man, this is crazy, bro. But for real, it's just part of it. And it's going to help you be able to manage your risk and your whatever you're doing on a more efficiently later on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So just like little stuff like that, it's going to happen. It's going to happen, especially, you know, doing the trucking stuff, spot trucking, semi-trucking.
Right.
These are mechanical machines. You know what I'm saying? People think it's like flipping burgers, like, oh, you just got to do this and do that. Nah, these trucks got to monitor their own sometimes. You can lose power, and it's just a system. You know what I'm saying? Now you spend the whole day for a system. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I completely agree with what you're saying, man.
10-4.
100%.
10-4. 10-4. Everything good with you though?
Everything is going pretty well, man. I can't even lie. It's I like to prepare for the worst. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And dang, it's going way better than I mean, I knew it was gonna go good because I know my work ethic, but I was preparing for it to be like lower than what it was.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm glad I made the step that I did. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely glad I did. 100%. I drive semi trucks. I'm a CDLA.
You a company driver or you drive for yourself?
I'm an owner operator now. I was a company driver for 3 years though.
Okay.
Yeah, so I knew when I got my CDLs, like I knew I wanted my own truck eventually, but
Mm-hmm.
I knew I had to learn the industry, and I'm a pretty quick learner. So like, I was like, I'm talking to my freaking warehouse managers. I'm talking to the big boss. I'm talking to other drivers. I'm talking to owner operators. I'm just talking to everybody, trying to dispatchers, just trying to see every angle, and like also doing different jobs. Like I done did flatbed, tankers, hazmat, like P&D, LTL. You know, I done did a lot of stuff in 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to see every angle of the industry that I will consider doing, and then I went out there once I set that money up.
All right, man. Sound like you got shit working for you.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Mark. Like, what's working for someone else might not work for you, even if y'all do the same thing. Like, even if y'all both drive trucks, y'all both, are coaches or whatever the case may be, his lane, he might be a hazmat driver, but you're not ready for them hours, driving overnight, going to gas stations and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? You might have to do daggone LTL, or you might have to hop in a box truck. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you don't want to be, like, people think that what somebody else doing, oh, I see him getting money like that. Instead of, like, talking to him about how he got that connection, what he had to say, where he had to position himself, stuff like that, so you can have communication. They want to just copy what they're doing. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Instead of seeing how to apply what they're doing, to what they can do, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get you. And that don't work for everybody.
Yeah,
you can't just copy what somebody else did. They could be smarter than you. They could have more financial resources. They could have more. Their risk tolerance is higher. They got more time. More. They can sacrifice more. You dig? So that's why I'm like, everybody's calling. May not. Somebody else's call may not be your calling. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the truth, man. I don't believe everybody can do what somebody else can do. I just don't, because there's some things that I tried to do and I couldn't do it. And I ain't to say it, nigga. I in 2019 I built 2 apps, and I still had to pull the plug on them. You know what I'm saying? I had to call it quits. Like, if you built an app before, it's very, very expensive to build, but it's also very expensive to maintain and keep, especially on the Apple, the Apple Store. The Google Play is a little bit less strenuous to get on and maintain, but iOS, man, just the hosting and all that shit is so, that's something that I invested in and it didn't work. And just other little things that I've done, I've had success in things, and I've didn't have success in things. I think I used to hoop, but I realized early on I'm not making the league. I ain't gonna make the league. I realized, man, I ain't cold like Biggie. I ain't cold like Jay. So I did the behind the scenes thing for a while. You dig what I'm saying? I'm good at I was good at the behind the scenes thing better than I was, on the front end.
Yeah.
So, I knew going into retail, I ain't really a people person like that. For real. Like I ain't really more so now than I was, at a younger age. But even still now I don't really fuck like, we don't fuck with what I'm saying? So I knew it was better for me to work in the stock room than work on the sales floor. Cause nigga, I ain't finna be smiling and shit like that. You dig? So, so you gotta know where your strengths and weaknesses lie. Right?
Yeah.
That's why when you start in a business, you gotta do a SWOT analysis. You know what a SWOT analysis is?
SWOT analysis. I've never heard of that.
Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats.
Okay.
You dig? So
SWOT. Okay.
you gotta know. Yeah. So you gotta know what your strengths and weaknesses are. You gotta know where the opportunities lie. You gotta know where the threats are. You dig? So I've always been good at knowing, it's time to get up out of here. Or, what, I'm finna do this, but I'm gonna hit it from this angle versus that angle.
Right.
I'm more stronger on this side than on that side. You dig? So
and another thing, I like two things in particular you just said, man. Like I'm a pinpoint how you say you tried to act and it didn't work out, right? You invested.
Well, I want to say it didn't work out. I just didn't give it enough time because I knew I had a budget, right? And I said after launch, once I exhaust this budget, if it's not making X amount of dollars, right, then I'm just gonna pull the plug.
That's even better. That's even better because I wasn't trying to say like, oh, what you did won't work. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I was just about to say this, like a lot of people like how you already had the budget and you protected it and it didn't hit how you wanted it to. You're like, okay, nah, that's I'm gonna start doing that. You feel what I'm saying? But also, people really want guarantees, and they think that having a business is a guarantee. It's not. You know what I'm saying? Mm. So I think that was good for you to say for people to hear, because it's like a lot of people just want to get a business so they don't have to work for somebody else, and they think it's guaranteed you're gonna make money here. You guaranteed to make money over there. You're not guaranteed to make money on this side. You could go get a truck that drove perfect everything, interior, exterior, wiring. Then you hit the road and the engine blow up. Mm. You thought it was guaranteed. So I like that you said that, and also saying how you could admit, oh, I'm not gonna go to the league. Like that takes knowing yourself. And if you don't know yourself, you're not gonna make it out here. Period. In any business trying to start. Because it's really gonna show you who you are. And like if you don't know how much you can tolerate, your risk tolerance, SWOT, like you said, it's really over for you once something happens. Unless you just that type of person, you ain't know it, they can handle that. But I'm pretty sure you know that about yourself. You can handle something. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I like all of that you just said, man. For real. Like, and I wish more people like me. I didn't rush. Like 3 years is a short time, but it's a long time when you got a plan. So like it's when you can plan it out, you can take advantage of every single year. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I wish more people would take the time to be like, all right, I'm gonna do this for 5 years, gain this knowledge, get in this area of business, get in this area of people to be around, and then I'm gonna try and do my own thing instead of just waking up. Oh, I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of clocking in. I'm tired of Edward, and then try to start your own business. That's how most people feel. They don't even got 2 bands. But you think you can go start a business. And that ain't no shade or nothing. That's what I had to realize, like, why do I really even want to do this? That's another thing, like, why do you want to start a business? Is it just to be flashy and get the money and get the hush, get all of that? or is it you want something for longevity? You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I like all that you just said, man.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, man. So, yes, sir.
Right.
Well, I appreciate
Yeah,
the
but yeah,
call.
this
Huh?
100%. I was about to say I appreciate you having me. I was gonna let you get somebody else in here. You know, I ain't really got too much more to say. You know what I'm saying?
All right, boy. Appreciate the call.
100%. All right, Mark. Take it easy.
All right, be safe.
All right, later.
Yes, hello. Yo.
What's good, Mark? This is Destin, man. I'm just calling to basically say, man, I appreciate everything you're doing. It's really something nice to see that, you know, we got folks out here just doing just greater things for the community, you know, not on no rapping shit, not on no hooping shit where that's put out there in front of us to just go do that. And you just out here, you know, doing just this great thing, man. I just want to say that. But
Appreciate you.
But
Appreciate
also I just had a couple questions because I'm currently OTR flatbed, and I've been in the moving business for about 2 years, but not like owner operator or my own business. I was working under a company, and I really enjoyed it. As I'm driving down the interstate, all I keep thinking about is how I really like moving, and right now I'm currently just doing everything to save up, living in the truck, keep my expenses low, no kids, no nothing. And the only thing is just the mentality to be able to scale, because I understand, like you said, if you have one truck, it's survival, 5 is sustainable, and 10 is power. And I want more, but I don't know what it takes to get more, you know?
Mm-hmm. Where you from?
And Dallas, Texas.
Okay. So what you want, 10 trucks? You want more trucks and moving, or you want continue to do OTR?
More trucks than moving. OTR is something I'm doing to just save up to about 75 to 100K before jumping into it.
Well, I mean, Texas is a good market, especially Dallas. I'm familiar with the Dallas market. Dallas moving is a little bit different than it is up here because of the weather. It's different down there, and it's more houses and shit down there. But it's definitely a market for it. Workforce, I don't think you have a hard time getting people. You got a predominant Hispanic community down there that you can pull from on the up and up or on the underground side. You dig what I'm saying? Y'all right by there by Mexico. You dig?
Oh, they got him in Laredo for sure.
Right, so I know you know where to pull up at. You dig what I'm saying? They say, Migo, andale. You dig? So yeah. I think it's a good idea. You know what I'm saying? And you you have to put some work in and make that shit shake.
For sure. Okay. And is it possible to? And nowadays, with with a lot of people being in the moving game, is it possible to become a 2-man in the truck or all my sons, or is that kind of like pretty difficult now?
To franchise?
Yeah.
I mean, you build a business up and you offer franchises, as long as you know how to, market, build a moving company up, and I've never franchised a business, but whatever it takes for you to franchise it, marketing it as a franchise, offering people, hey, if you'd like to open this up in your market, the research that you do to be able to franchise a moving company, I don't think that's something that can't be done in the moving industry today. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
No, I don't think. I'm not saying it'll be easy, but
yeah,
I don't. If you have a business strategy that a person can buy into and obviously pay that franchise fee to you and take it over to their market under your banner and run it up. That's something you want to build up, then
Okay.
possibly.
Okay, for sure. It's still something to think about. For the most part, I'm definitely going to be trying to jump into the game around 2028. And as far as the Discord, whenever I buy the packages, is that something that'll forever be there, or is it?
No, the Discord is like a month to month, so it's just the reoccurring thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
just charge your card every month.
Okay. All right then. Well, I guess I'll do a lot of writing down then. But
oh man, you saying you ain't got $3, Pim? Don't tell me you saying you trying to run up a hundo and you ain't got $3 for them off.
Trust, man. I've been real stingy with my money ever since I just tapped into, trying to save and I've been real frugal. So I'm like, man, I don't know if I want to pay that. Like, trust me, I'm having a hard time paying Netflix. I mean, hey, I'll pay it. Trust me, like the information you giving out.
I must not be that good. Then, goddamn. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
This is what it is.
You more than good. You more than good. I just, for the most part,
this man just made $100 super chat. Hold on, you just said you ain't gonna pay $3. Give me a second, bro. I gotta acknowledge the $100 super chat. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate J. Cole always.
He might make me double that.
Always coming through with the super dizzle. You didn't say appreciate J. Cole. Always, man, with the $100 super chat. All right, man, back to you now. What was you saying?
Nah, for sure. I mean, the Discord, man, I'm willing to pay, bro. Like everything you saying, I've been onto your channel for about 2 weeks, and everything about the moving business, how you really did out in the field, just resonates with me. And for the most part, I know you legit, but I'll definitely go ahead and get on that Discord and just take as much notes as I can, because like I said, I'm going to be out here for a minute to be able to, stack up the capital, to be able to, have some backbone whenever I jump out there and, bump my head a few times. But, and also it's just a mentality, really of scaling, because I wouldn't say that I'm really not much of a people person when it comes to just being around large groups. And for me to want to be a business owner, I think that's probably my biggest weakness, is just being social. And I don't know if you have any books to recommend to read to be able to just pick up on some stuff or
not books. I'm not really a people person like that either, but you're gonna have to deal with employees, especially if you want to scale. You keep talking about scaling.
Right.
There's a certain type of individual with the moving industry you're gonna have to deal with. In the moving industry, you're gonna either deal with, me going them on the up and up, or on the underground side. You dig what I'm saying? Or you're gonna have to deal with the guys. You know who the guys is? The guys.
Yeah, I had to steal off of one of them back in my moving days.
You said you stole off somebody.
Yeah, he stole $50 from me, and I found out. And
you stole on him?
Yeah. In the fucking corporate office and everything, but yeah. So I'm already knowing, it's just, being able to just have that mentality of be able to not put hands on them and just talk.
You may have to, but that's a conversation for those type of conversations we usually have in the Discord. You know what I'm saying? It's when you run in a moving company, bro, it's like, depending on the market now.
Right.
In your market, you're gonna have to deal with me going though. You're gonna have to.
Yeah.
Up here, Migo and them don't really deal with the brothers. Like they fuck. See, up here, like the racist shit that go on in like Texas and California, as far as black and brown, it's not like that up here. Up here, the black and brown, we get along. We all actually be under some of the same organizations. You dig what I'm saying?
Oh,
but as it pertains to working in the field, they'll come work for you for a short period of time, but it's only gonna be for a brief minute. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna steal your customers. You dig what I'm saying? They're not gonna, that longevity aspect. It's not like that up here. So up here, like running a moving company, as a black motherfucker, you gonna have to, deal with the brothers. Down there, the brothers ain't the majority of the minority, if that, you dig what I'm saying? So the majority of the minority is gonna be me going them. And I'm telling you now, they when it comes to, what I'm saying, because they eventually gonna go do their own thing. Once they learn the shit, they gonna take that shit and go do it themselves. They're gonna learn everything what they learn from you, and then they gonna go off on their own and do it.
Yeah,
They'll take some of your customers with them. They're gonna try to. You dig? So that's just what you're gonna have to deal with. But you're gonna have a plan in place to circumvent and just, prevent the turnover from happening as often, and the soliciting of your customers.
Right. Okay.
So
have to be a problem solver, like you said.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, man, I can go all day. I ain't really got much else to say.
I got a little time, pimp. I got a little time. I'm waiting.
Okay.
I'm waiting.
All right. Good.
Huh?
I was just saying, okay, that's cool. Then that's cool. But for the most part, man, just more about your background, man. I mean, what made you want to jump into the moving business? I don't think I got to catch the video if you explained your story.
Back against the wall. Against the wall. It wasn't nothing that I saw when I grow up I want to be a mover. No, it's just back against the wall. Was working, lost a job. Was on Craigslist. I had a CD tower, like a CD. I don't know how old you are, so you may not know what a CD tower is, but
never.
Yeah, so you what, 29 or 32 or some shit like that?
25.
Oh, 25 even. So CD towers, a CD burner is what, I used to be into music, so I was managing a few artists back in the day. And during the mixtape circuit, was pushing mixtapes. So I had a CD burner that, it's like this big tower. You put the master CD at the top, and then you get all these other drawers, and you put the blank CDs in, and it'll burn multiple CDs at a time. You get like a 5 drawer, 7 drawer, 10 CD burner. So I was not doing that anymore. So I was going on Craigslist to post it for sale, and some type of way I ended up in moving in labor. And I seen a guy that said, we'll do small deliveries and moves with my pickup truck, which I had a pickup truck, and I wasn't working. So I kind of ripped his ad off, put my name, my number, and like 10 minutes later, when it went active, I got a call, and it all started from there. So that day it developed into something really, really, really beautiful that I would have never thought of, never planned. But, after duplicating that day in and day out through the rest of the summer, eventually that light bulb popped in my head to take it to the level that I did. And then I far surpassed the levels that I had in my mind that I could take it to once the light bulb popped in my head. So that's how it happened. I never had a plan or to be a mover or none of that shit. That was not my goal.
That's amazing, man.
So that was my calling. So it kind of goes into what I was saying. I believe in God. I come from I grew up in the church. I believe in God, and what God has for you is for you, and you may not know what He has for you. You know what I'm saying? That's what the calling is. So that was like, I believe in God is going to show you. So if I would have never went to sell that drawer and ended up and seen that ad, like all that shit was not me. That shit was God. You dig? So that was the calling. You know what I'm saying? Because in your 20s, well, in my 20s, I was still trying to figure things out. Like, I went to school, and once I graduated school, getting a job back then wasn't easy as it is now. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, it just didn't, it didn't happen for me like how it would happen for White. You dig what I'm saying? It happened for the brother like it would happen for Billy. You dig what I'm saying? I don't have a rich or uncle or somebody in top of corporate America where nepotism, could play into part. So motherfucker had to really go put that K&G suit on and go interview. You dig what I'm saying? So, that motherfucker wasn't giving a brother a chance. You dig? So God didn't want me. He didn't want me to do that, right? He knew what he had in store for me, and everything was prepping me for that. Even the purchase of the Avalanche back in 2002, because there was some points with that car note, I struggled. You dig what I'm saying? But that purchase was something that prepared me for 8 years later. You see what I'm saying?
I ain't never heard of Avalanche, by the way.
You never heard of an Avalanche?
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I bought that truck brand new in 2002. What year was you born?
2000.
Right. So when I bought that truck, you was 2 years old. I was 22 at that time. So, but yeah, everything that I did, there was a lot of things that I did from even the jobs that I took that was prepping me for what was to come, what God had in store that I didn't even know what was to come.
Yeah.
So, that's why I believe in callings. That's why I incorporated it into this lecture. What's for you is for you. Everybody has a different calling. And you may not know what your calling is, but God gonna put things in front of you and he gonna set you up. And when it's your time, when you call, you gotta answer that call.
So, yeah, for sure. For sure, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing my thing, for the most part. I ain't starting yet. I'm just pretty much getting the moving one-on-one basics down before I actually jump out there. And I've been hesitant to call you, man. It's not easy to really call and be on live, and for everybody to watch. I got like a like self-conscious thing of just people watching and hearing my voice, and I'm just like, man, fuck it. I'm gonna have to be out there anyway, especially with marketing and all that. So I'm glad I did, to be able to just talk to you one-on-one, because like I said, man, like what you doing out here is just it's great, man. I love to see it, rather than the media and all these people pushing out, just putting the ball in the hoop, or rapping or just doing some type of scamming. And it's like, this is real shit. This is real stuff that you got going on. And I just be glad you're doing your thing, man. And as much as it can be a headache, I've been seeing, and I just hate that it is that way. But I'm just glad that you just out here doing it, for the people. And you inspire me, and I hope to just pass it along, and I will pass it along. So
appreciate that.
No problem, man. So yeah, you enjoy your day, man. Get a good workout in. I'm gonna try to get one in myself.
Yes, Lord.
My ass up out the truck.
Yes, Lord. All right, man. Be safe. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Said moving in a short bit, it was crazy. Shit, it was playing Tetris like a motherfucker, boy. Shit. That's why when I first got that light bulb pop, like, man, I wonder how much a 16-foot rental gonna cost. And they told me that price, and I went to Penske. Man, that was the day the game changed, boy. It was a game changer, but shit, nigga, it was shit. With that Avalanche, you could let down the back wall. So I would let down the back wall, let down the tailgate. So now, because you could lay that back wall down into the back seat, take that back window out, I had all that space. The mattress and the box spring would go on top of the hood, right? Put the mattress, wrap it, put the mattress first, and then put the box spring on top, take the ratchet through the truck, ratchet it, right? Make sure the box spring was on top, because if you put the mattress on top, once you got on the expressway and that wind hit it, that mattress, it wouldn't go nowhere, but that front end of that mattress will flap up like that. Put that box spring on the top, you dig what I'm saying? And yeah, just playing Tetris like a motherfucker, making sure you got the right straps and shit. But at first I was just doing like mattresses and couches. But people kept calling for like, hey, I just got a room. I just rent a room. So I was doing those, I just rent a room jobs, and you're going to get some that say, oh, it's just a room. It'll go in the back of a pickup truck because they trying to save money. But then now you get there and it's just a room, but it's a lot of shit in a room. So you got to play Tetris, and humble beginnings, it was humble beginnings. And to me, when I look back on those times, it was amazing. I know it was like 16, 17 years ago, and I don't know, maybe it's amazing to me now because I'm older, and I was like 29, 30 at the time. So I was a lot younger, and I'm like, damn, I can't believe I did that. But I was way younger because I wouldn't do that shit now. but yeah. That Ivy, that young Ivy, you dig what I'm saying? Yep. So yeah, gas was about $2 a gallon. About $2 a gallon around that time. Yep. All right. We're going to take one more, and then we're going to go ahead and skedaddle. You said he never heard of the Ivy, but he had heard of the Hellcat. Yeah, we know they heard of the Hellcat. You heard of that Hellcat. And he said he never heard the Ivy, bro. That's why I know, man. I'm getting old, bro. These shorties like, man. He said he never heard of an avalanche. He didn't even know what a CD tower was, man. God damn. Jesus Christ, bro. I'm getting old, bro. Getting old, man. Yep. What we're gonna take one more, and then we're gonna go ahead and skedaddle. Shout out to Dumbeezy. Mark, you coming in the Discord after, tag on it. Man, I don't know, bro. I was in there early, then nobody really come in there. Moving Company Hustle was in there, and Cordell was in there, and I talked to Rich for a little bit. I came in the Discord early this morning when I was doing my jog. Normally when I'm doing my jog in the morning, I'm either listening to a podcast or I'm on the phone. But I wasn't on the phone this morning. So I said, fuck it, let me come in the Discord, see if I can catch some people early that way. I got to come in there later, but I guess everybody was busy. But I was in the Discord this morning like 8 when I was doing my 3 mile jog. You dig what I'm saying? Excuse me, I might come in there for a brief second. I don't know, man. I got some shit to do after I leave the gym, so I don't know. Tabby giving me a headache with his problems and shit. He always got some problems that I have to solve and coach, and like, it's just, I don't know if I'm up for it today. But yeah, we'll take one more call, and then we'll go from there. So I don't know, why did people leave once the callers start coming? We had people in here when I was doing a lecture. I thought y'all liked the calls more than the lectures. Remember back when it used to be half people during the lecture, but then when the calls would start, that's when the other half of the people would come. Now it's reversed. Now since I don't talk about so you was in a meeting this morning. Now that I don't really do the OTR shit like that, man, because it's talking to them is like talking to a brick wall. You dig? Swelly said, can you get access to the Discord? Yeah. Download Discord, go to the server and follow the instructions. And you can get access. So I got you stressed. You don't want to come. I don't know. It's just some days I just don't want to be bothered, man. Like I got my own life too. You dig what I'm saying? If I know I got something to do and I don't want to be in that frame of mind, you dig? Because when I go into Discord or when I come on here, you never know what the call is going to be like. So if I go into Discord and it's an issue and I gotta go into problem solving mode, and it's like it's something that becomes draining. You know, I don't want to be drained knowing that I got something that I have to do, or a plan or an event or something that I want to go to, and I want to be in a different mood. You dig? So I may not come in there today, to be honest with you. I may not come in there, bro. I think I came in there. I did talked in there twice this week, so I may I don't know, maybe next Monday or something. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. So what time is it? We'll stick around to 5, and then we'll go ahead and skedaddle. Appreciate that super chat again, J. Cole. Appreciate that. Yeah. So AI is about to take away all jobs by 2030, even content creation. Okay. That's unfortunate. So, I mean, people need to go ahead and get to it then, figure some shit out. You dig what I'm saying? Buy some assets. Buy some shit that's AI proof. You dig what I'm saying? I don't know what to say. Gotta buy some buildings or something. Some stocks. S&P, VOO, SPY. You dig? Nvidia. You dig what I'm saying? I don't know. Amazon. You gotta buy you some shit that's gonna continue to make sure you straight. I don't know. Put yourself in a situation where you AI proof around this month. Yeah. I thought free property. That was good. We're gonna take one more call. Then we out. We're gonna give it to 5. And we're gonna get out of here. Trucking is a bad business to get into. Real estate. I agree with you. I agree with you. I tell people all the time, they was like, I wouldn't do it. But, you know, the people that want to do it, I give them the information they need to be successful. But I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. You know, especially from that OTR thing. You dig? But, you know, a lot of people are sold this dream or this idea of entrepreneurship. So they look at the things that have the lowest barrier to entry from a knowledge base, capital investment base, and qualification, right? So box truck is one of those things that is a real low barrier to entry. And I see people flock to it and fail damn near instantaneously. You know what I'm saying? It's sad, but, you know, people can't make choices and decisions for themselves. They allow the internet to make choices and decisions for them because everybody's chasing instant gratification. And you could still live a great life and do all the fun shit that you want to do. It just may you not be able to do it instantaneously like the internet is pushing. It may take you till you get to your 40s. You really don't start living until you get to as a man, you're going to see your best times in your 40s, pal. You're going to see your best times in your 40s. If you do what you're supposed to do in your 20s and your 30s, by the time you get 40, man, you can still do all the shit that you want to do in your 20s and 30s and still be able to do those things and not be what these niggas consider you to be. These niggas is real disrespectful nowadays. These young guys, they call you old heads and OGs and shit. Now, I'm an OG as far as the game is concerned. As far as the game is concerned, I'm an OG, but like from an age perspective, I don't think I'm an OG. But these niggas call you OG now. 40-something, you are OG. You did. From the game perspective, though, I'm an OG. I'm one of them guys. From the game perspective, but from an age perspective, I don't really think I'm an OG like that. But, these little niggas nowadays, they ain't kind of. So, but when you get in your 40, you can still, do all the shit. Like the niggas, the niggas that's in their 20s, the chicks that they trying to smash that they really can't smash because they ain't got to that level from that financial aspect of things yet, because they still trying to figure it out. You can still hit them chicks in your 40s. Yes, indeed. Because you got what they don't got. You got the toys. You got the trinkets. They don't have it. They trying to figure it out. They sliding in the DM and the chick going back to their page to see what it is, seeing how they got the drip, seeing if they got the cat. You dig what I'm saying? The Hellcat, the drip. You dig what I'm saying? Seeing what the passport shit looking like, seeing if they well traveled. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't. That's why they scamming and trying to start these businesses and all that shit, because they trying to, you dig what I'm saying, get they motherfucking Instagram, you dig what I'm saying, to a point where it's going to attract the Brenals. When you in your 40s, you got all of that already. You ain't got to do that. They see it because you're there. You dig what I'm saying? So you dig what I'm saying? You can live in your 40s, man. You gotta work in your 20s and your 30s, man. You dig what I'm saying? And then in your 40s, you can live. You dig? So you can go to the parties and attract the women that they want that they can't get. You can, you can go in the middle of the afternoon and sit down on the outside patio, man. Get you a little martini or something. You know what I'm saying? How you a little martini, man. Just sit there, man, just on the outside of the restaurant outside. Real proper, like, man, cross your leg, man. Maybe one of your guys there, y'all sitting at the little round table, you got a drink, you dig what I'm saying? You just talking that player shit, man. It's 2, 3 in the motherfucking afternoon, man. You dig what I'm saying? They sitting there. You playing, you know what I'm saying? If you in the motorcycles, you got your Harleys parked right there, you just kicking it. You dig what I'm saying? You park your shit, you kicking it, you having, this is in your 40s. You ain't doing that in your 20s. You got to spend your 20s and your 30s getting to it. Then you got to have the discipline. I'm putting you on game now. You ain't. If you gonna listen. If you ain't gonna listen, then don't listen. You got to keep yourself in shape. This is where the discipline also comes in too. Because you got to stay healthy. You dig what I'm saying? So you got to make sure them testosterone, them T cells, that T count is up there. So you got to go to the gym, do your little cardio. You dig what I'm saying? I do cardio in the morning. I do strength training in the evening. And we push ourselves, man. We want that heart. We got that heart. We got to keep that heart. You dig? So you got to do that. And I'm telling you, your 40s is the shit. 40s is the shit. I ain't telling you that because I'm in my 40s. I'm telling you because it's the truth. Any real nigga will tell you 40s is the shit. 20s, man. Jesus Christ, bro. 20s was tough, bro, because you got to figure out who you are and shit. You trying to figure this shit out. That is, if you one of them ones, and there's a lot of people, me and who was that? It was Cars and Cribs. He was in the Discord a few weeks ago. He was saying, we was talking about the ones. If you one of them ones, then you can really run it up. If you discipline, you sacrifice, and you do what you're supposed to do in your 30s, then by the time you get to your 40s, you can play. Facts. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. 40s is the shit, bro. I'm telling you. 40s is the shit. 40s is the shit. I ain't gonna lie. 40s is the shit, bro. What up?
All right, what's good, Mark?
What up, though?
Hey, I just called earlier. But I wanted to ask you a couple questions if that's cool.
Who is this? Did I talk to you today already? Your number looks familiar.
Yeah, I already called in, but wasn't nobody calling, so I was like, let me call back and ask you a question. If that's cool with you, or we can, you know.
What up?
All right, so I got 3 questions. One, it's 25% of like your gross earnings. Is that enough to cover your taxes at the end of the year if you're putting that much up?
Yeah, it should be, but you know, see the tax thing. That's a conversation that I gotta have in the Discord because see, it's a lot of game. You dig what I'm saying with that, and I just don't want to give that. You dig what I'm saying? I ain't.
Okay.
What I realized is I got a lot of game. Yeah, I got a lot of game, so I gotta reserve some of.
You're OG with the game. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know, I play the game. I play it for real. I play it. Not only do I play it to win. You dig? I play the game the white people play. The same shit that they complain about Jeff Bezos and Trump, I play the game that way. So I can't really, you dig what I'm saying? Because
you don't want to get that sauce.
I listen to other content creators. I'll just keep it on there. You dig what I'm saying? So I heard a content creator in the space when I first came into the space. And that's why I was like, man, these niggas is dumb. This is why I don't like the big homie. They don't like me, but they don't fuck with me neither. Motherfucker, goddamn it, was bragging on everything I love. The motherfucker was bragging that he spent $50,000 in taxes.
Oh yeah, that's crazy work.
And hold on, let me kick it. Let me kick it with you. There was another content creator in the space that was bragging on the fact that they was bragging that they spent $52,000. Now I'm looking at the setup. Because I'm really in this shit. You dig what I'm saying? I'm like, God damn, you spent $52,000 in taxes. Something ain't right. It is either you lying, you dig? Either you lying, or you stupid.
Gotcha.
On the real.
Why would somebody think that's something to brag about?
Because you want me to tell you the truth? Because black motherfucker, the higher the dollar amount, it makes it to the ignorant motherfucker like you really getting to it. Because you think like, well, if they spent $50,000 in taxes, imagine how much they made. Right. See, that's how an ignorant motherfucker gonna look at it. But a business motherfucker like, you stupid, then a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Now we gonna give them something. We gonna let them get a taste. You dig what I'm saying? We ain't gonna let them taste that much. You know what I'm saying? Why?
Yeah. Man.
You know what I'm saying? So we gotta, and I've had this conversation before. It's behind the paywall. It's behind the members only. I think I gave some sauce. But then when I really get to that aspect in the Discord, because I gotta keep that for the ones that really fuck with the homie. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I play the game to win. I play it like Jeff and them. See, I know how to play the game. I know the loopholes. I'm not against the loopholes. I support the loopholes. Why? Because the same loopholes these motherfuckers complain about, you can fucking take advantage of them too.
You can, yeah.
And some of them really ain't loopholes. It's just common sense.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
you really can, if you do it right, you can really breeze by like not really paying nothing for real.
You say what?
Like if you really play it right on the taxes, you can really breeze by like not really paying nothing for it.
Yeah. Why would I?
Even as a smaller business owner.
Well, yeah, it's all about how you.
Oh,
It's all about how you handle your business.
right.
So
Right. I got you. I got you.
You gotta come in.
Yeah, I got you.
Because I'm finna.
That's cool.
I like having these conversations because this is that cool shit that we can never get to because we was spending years having the same stupid conversations like cost per mile and shit like that, bro. So so as it like when you get to like these more advanced conversations, I got to keep it behind the wall because it's just a lot of game. And
man, somebody could snatch that and try to make their own off what you
and
say.
I learned that too. So like even when I see motherfuckers brag about spending X amount of dollars, that's why I'm like, either you lying or you stupid. And I think it's probably the latter. You dig what I'm saying? Because ain't no motherfucking way.
Right.
And there's loopholes, and when there's other things that you can do to alleviate some of that tax burden that's completely legal.
Gotcha.
You did so, and I'm gonna give you a tool. Some of it is just spending the money. I'd rather spend it on something for the business than just hand it over. That's the free one I'm gonna give you. That's the free one I'm gonna give you. You dig what I'm saying? So
gonna go get a Hellcat.
Nah, I wouldn't go get a Hellcat. Because you're not gonna get the right tax. You dig what I'm saying? Depending on how much money you got, how much money you made, how much money you just got laying around, you know, that would determine. I remember I took my OG to get a car, and you know, she let me pick her car. So she drive the same vehicle for the past, I don't know, she just get the newest models all the time. SUV. But one time I was like, yo, I said, well, let's just go look at the G-Wagon, right? And it was one that had just came in from a lease, right? And it came in on a 3-year lease, right? The person who leased it had it for 3 years. Guess how many miles was on it?
4,000.
4,000, you said?
Yeah.
Nope.
Lower?
1,500.
Hey, yeah, that was okay.
So this person leased it for 3 years, never drove it. 1,500 miles.
That was fine.
It was a corporate lease.
Oh, okay.
It was a corporate lease. Just leased it, parked it for 3 years. Why? Because the lease payment, the insurance is a what?
Was it a write-off?
Okay. So that person would rather park that bitch and just get satisfaction of looking at it,
right,
than hand that.
Yeah.
Hold on, give me a second. That $150,000 over to the government. Because that's about what you're going to pay for a lease on that. For 3 years.
Okay.
Now that's the free one I'm going to get. That's all I'm going to give you, pimp.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
So when you see motherfuckers riding around, when you see motherfuckers in that's businesses, not every motherfucker that's riding around in a Bentley or a Rolls Royce or a G-Wagon or a Maybach or this, that is doing it to stunt. It's just, man, they may have so much cash. The higher lease is helping to alleviate the tax burden because now the business is writing that off. a Hellcat may not be enough, right? Then you're not even getting the 6,000 pound jump off. You dig what I'm saying? So a goddamn Toyota Camry ain't enough. So when you see these old rich white motherfuckers that own these big companies and they go get a $700,000, $800,000 Phantom, that's because they net positive in the millions and they trying to spend as much of it as possible, then just hand it over.
See, now I get it. Cause like when you said play the game like Jeff Bezos and now I see what our problem is in the black community. Really.
We play the game wrong. See, your favorite rapper gonna tell you don't lease. They gonna tell you don't lease. Buy. You lease.
Cash out.
I think that's the stupidest shit, especially if you have a business and you can lease. If the business is profitable, why you have some motherfuckers jump out the window too prematurely and they not profitable? They do it because they feel like I gotta have this because I gotta fit this certain stature of a business on. So I gotta drive this and I gotta drive that and I gotta do this, I gotta do that. No, that shit is there when you need, like, yo, it's fucking November, it's December, and I made too much money. We gotta start spending this shit.
Yeah.
So when I say you motherfuckers bragging about spending that much money in taxes, that's either you lying or you stupid. Fuck you mean? You mean to tell me, nigga, I can go spend the shit? Not all of it, right? You gonna get them a taste because you gotta be profitable after 3 years. You can't be in a negative. You know what I'm saying? They give you 3 years to figure the shit out. You gotta show a profit, bro. Right?
Wait, what you mean by that?
What I mean by what?
Like you said, you have to be profitable in 3 years.
You can't go forever and ever and ever and ever and ever at a loss. Eventually, you gotta show some type of profit.
Okay, you mean like in terms of documentation to like the IRS or like just you gonna run out of money? Oh, I did not know that.
What I'm saying is, eventually, if you continue, you're not like a big type of business that's getting VC funding, bro. You're a private place. So eventually, if you just go years and years and years at a loss, they're gonna figure out, well, how are you maintaining? Where the money coming from? You know what I'm saying? So you gotta. They give you 3 years to figure this shit out. You can operate at a loss for 3 years and just, you know what I'm saying? But like that 4th year, you kind of want to start to show some profitability, you know? So, you know, if you just have a great year and your margins are really good and you just got a lot of cash profit, like what you gonna do? So that's what I'm saying, mindset. And I hate the fact that I said this is too much, you know what I'm saying? I like to preserve these conversations, but this is on the lighter end. There's other things with more advanced things as far as deferring and shit like that, you know what I'm saying, I get into in the Discord and shit.
Okay, yeah, I'm a tap in.
Yeah, I can't, you know what I'm saying, this shit this too much. You know, we play a little.
So yeah, I guess the other question, not to cut you off, the other question I got probably need to be answered in the Discord.
What's the question? I'll tell you what I answered. Let me get out of here.
All right, so like how you said, you just got a bunch of cash sitting around. My next question was actually going to be, okay, whenever you have extra, your profit, like your bills, your personal bills to pay, your business bills to pay, what do we do? What should I do with that spread? Like my invest, like I already invest, so like okay, I already did my investment, I already did my personal bills, I already did my business bills. Okay, now what to do with this money that's just sitting around, which you just kind of was talking about. So I think that what you think, can you answer that?
You said you invested it?
Like if I already did like my investments like into like a Roth IRA, you know what I'm saying, and all of that. Now what? Like with this extra money, because I don't want the money to just sit there. You know what I'm saying?
Who says this guy sit there? It could be working.
Okay.
And if it's working, then it's considered unrealized. It's unrealized. You can't tax something as unrealized gains. So it could be working. If it's working, then you ain't got to pay taxes. It's deferred. But I can't really go into details like that.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Because that's some shit that, you know, I got to reserve for, you know, the Discord. You know what I'm saying? It's too much. Just can't do it, bro.
All right. So how did Discord work? Would I just pop this in the chat and then use the answer?
Well, no, I be in there once or twice a week. It used to be 3 times, but it's the summertime. I'm outside. You dig what I'm saying? So I ain't probably about twice a week. Then, you know, we go in there and we kick it. I mean, there's different channels you can talk, you know, to different people, but I'm in the live chat about twice a week now, you dig? So in the live chat, we talk about different things. Don't necessarily pertain just to trucking. It be business. Sometimes we be in there and just cracking jokes. It be personal shit I be helping people with. As far as the brawls and shit, and a lot of these young cats like yourself, you know, y'all be stuck on. Y'all ain't really like from my generation. We MOB with it. My generation MOB. You dig what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm young, but me too.
Yeah, see, y'all more of the lovey-dovey. Y'all lovey-dovey. Moist. You did when it come to the bread now. Y'all gonna put the bread over the bag. My generation, it's the MOE. It's over everything. You dig what I'm saying? So I'll be having to get some of the young guys, you know, they be a little bit moist when it comes to just the understanding of how to run a business and the prioritizations of things in your life when it comes to this thing they call entrepreneurship. You dig? And you know, it be little things like that. We go a little bit more in depth over there than we do here. I don't cover that type of shit here because if I say some of the shit that I say on here and there, you're gonna start to see the moisture in the chat. There's gonna be moisture in the chat because some niggas is moist. You know? And I don't got time for the moisture in the chat. You dig what I'm saying? So I keep that to the Discord because the people in there, they're a little bit more serious type of person, so we can have real unfiltered conversations, and they respect it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. Okay, well, yeah, I'm gonna have to tap in with that then, man. Yeah. Well, what was my third question? I can't even remember. Okay. All right. If I'm already doing CDLA, right? How would it be smart to manage, like, because whenever I start getting more equipment, I want to get box trucks or day cabs. I don't really want over the road drivers because over the road drivers they're not really particular in the small things, the little stuff like the free trips and stuff like that. They just like to kick the tires with the flip flops and go get some breakfast and come and drive. So I'm kind of wanting to just do box trucks and like day cabs, local work.
I'm honest with you, bro. The CDL driver gonna be a little bit better than a box truck.
You think so?
I know so. I mean, do what you want to do, but a CDL driver is a little bit more accomplished than a box truck driver. So, you know, the business owner, you want somebody that got responsibilities. What I've learned about these box truck guys, especially the OTR guys, I'm keeping it a buck with, you know, we kick it over here. We don't sugarcoat it, even if it hurts your feelings. A lot of these box truck guys that come in to drive for themselves, but more importantly, the ones that's coming in to work for somebody else, they really ain't got shit going on in the real world, bro. They ain't got no responsibilities. They ain't got no rent. They ain't got no mortgage. They ain't got nothing. They living off of broad. You dig what I'm saying? So you know, that level of commitment that they gonna have, it ain't there. That's why the turnover is so high. You dig what I'm saying? Because they have no responsibilities. You want a motherfucker that got responsibilities. You want a motherfucker that got a mortgage. You want a motherfucker that got rent, that got responsibilities, that got kids, because that's gonna give you a peace of mind, and it's gonna assure you that motherfucker coming to work. The only thing you gotta worry about him is if the competition from other business owners as they soliciting people and maybe can pay them more, or maybe offering benefits. That's the shit you want to worry about. You don't want to have to worry about is this motherfucker gonna come to work. Like you want motherfuckers that got responsibilities. You want motherfuckers that got bills because they're gonna get their ass up and come to work, bro. The motherfucker who's coming to drive a box truck for you, on the likelihood, on the real, I'm just keeping a buck because I'm in the space. I talk to the motherfucker. You dig what I'm saying? They ain't got shit going on.
Okay.
You did? So
That
the
makes
motherfucker who got a CDL, the likelihood of them having maybe some married wife and kids, you know, a mortgage, car payments, tuitions, and shit like that is a higher likelihood than the motherfucker who coming to drive a box truck for you.
Okay.
So it's like even with the cargo van, I tell motherfuckers who want to build cargo vans, I tell them don't even hire dudes. I tell them to hire single mothers. Don't even hire no dude. Yeah, hire a single baby mama. Just be prepared that on like around holidays and report card pickup days, them the days you're gonna get called off, but they gonna come to work more so than buddy ass. So depending on the niche, my answer is gonna defer. So if in your situation, the CDL guy gonna come, I'm gonna have more trust in that motherfucker than I'm gonna have a motherfucker coming to drive a box truck.
Okay.
Straight up.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I guess I'm just kind of like seeing how people are out here on the road and they're talking to other guys. Like, it seems like a lot of these drivers don't really care. You know what I'm saying?
Don't nobody gonna care.
Yeah.
Because this ain't they shit. But that's why you gotta, I'm giving you the process of elimination. That's why we're going through the process of elimination.
Yeah.
You got to get rid of the bottom of the barrel motherfuckers, right? Once you eliminate them, okay, bet. Now I want to deal, I'm vetting motherfuckers. In the interview process, there's certain things that I'm listening for, I'm looking for. I don't want a motherfucker who telling me they just need to work. I want a motherfucker that tell me, yo, I need to work because, nigga, I got a mortgage to pay. My son is playing AAU. I got tuitions to pay. I got extracurricular because this motherfucker AAU, I got to pay for the uniforms, travel, all this shit. I got the mortgage to pay. I got car notes to pay. I got tuitions to pay, extracurricular, soccer practice, all that. This the shit I'm looking for. I'm not asking these questions. I'm looking for these questions. I'm structuring my questions in a way where you're going to answer them in a certain way for me. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to hear, man, I'm really just going to work, man. You just trust me, bro. I'm going to give you everything, man. I got to get out the streets and shit. That shit cool. We may give one or two of them guys an opportunity, you know what I'm saying, just off GP, but the motherfucker who I'm going to feel more confident is going to show their ass up to work every day is the motherfucker who got responsibilities. Now the only thing that I have to worry about now is what my competitors are paying and what type of benefits that they're offering. So now this is where I have to stay abreast on the competition. So now they not hopping seats there. I got to make sure that the benefits packages is attractive. I got to make sure that the pay is attractive, right? To not only wean people over from other places, but to keep people in place here as well. That's the only thing I want to worry about. I don't want to worry about is you going to show up to work today because, you know, it's the first of the month and the broad, you know what I'm saying, got the check and then they put the money on the fucking EBT card. So y'all finna eat good and shit, nigga. You don't want to work.
You good. You don't want to come to work today.
You did. I was telling Buddy in the Discord, I swear for God, everything I love. That's how cold I am. I told little Buddy in the Discord, I said, bro, don't open on Father's Day. He said, Mark, you never open on Father's Day? I said, no. Father's Day is a blackout day. Don't open. You know what he did?
Yeah.
You know what he did?
He went open.
He ignored my advice, and what happened on Father's Day? 100% of his employees called off.
God.
See, I'm under the understanding of how shit work. I know the type of people he got work for because I've been in the industry. I've owned overcoming industry. I know what type of people you hiring in this industry. I know how this shit go. I know the type of motherfuckers who working for me. I know, yes, in their mind, they're gonna come to work on Father's Day. But see, I also understand that Broad ain't told them that she gonna do a little bit something strange for some change that night for Father. She gonna fuck the shit out of him. She gonna do a little extra. You dig what I'm saying? She gonna hit the balls in a little different way. She gonna slide the knob like corn on the she doing it different that night going into Father's Day, right? And then after she finished busting it down for a real one all night, she gonna tell him, you know, I got a surprise for you. I'm gonna take you to brunch. And she got a little polo assassin, not the real polo. You know what I'm saying? We talking about a different type of polo. She got the polo assassin joint, you know, laid out for him on the couch. You know what I'm saying? I got you a little fed. We gonna go to brunch, but she done fucked the shit out of him all night for Father's Day. Saturday night, going into Sunday morning. This motherfucker ain't coming to work. I told his podcast that 100% of the motherfuckers did not come to work. Motherfucker called me in the Discord that morning like, damn, OG, you did it again. Wait, what happened? Yeah, did nobody come to work?
Yeah, crazy. Why is it so hard? Why is it so hard for men to listen to another man that's been through it?
Because
you know what I'm
it's
saying?
right and black don't know nothing. See, it's hard for black motherfuckers to
say that one more time. Say that one more time.
And black don't know nothing. See, it's hard for black motherfuckers to take wisdom and advice from motherfuckers. We are fucked up, bro, systematically, dude, systemically.
Yeah.
From fucking all the way back to slavery, bro. It's hard for us to look at somebody that look like us and take advice and wisdom. We feel like we are equal and we not. Because if it was, nigga, you would be where I'm at, and the shit that I'm telling you that you would already know it.
You would know that shit,
better than you, but I got something that you looking for. I already did it. So I tell you, yo, Father's Day is a blackout day. It's from fucking learned experience. I know I'm dealing with phone. These niggas not coming to work. The bitch finna fuck the shit out of them the night before. We dealing with people who are impoverished. The only thing and motherfucker ain't gonna like this, but I keep it real. She gonna go to goddamn Ross and get him a polo assassin goddamn jumpsuit. She gonna have a little money to take him for a little motherfucking brunch at fucking Longhorn, and she gonna fuck the shit out of him, bro. That nigga been up all night fucking. He's not coming to work on Father's Day, pimp.
Damn. He ain't want to listen.
Am I lying, or what do you want me to do? You want me to keep it super duper clean? Because then you ain't gonna get the truth.
Nah, keep it real.
Yeah, so that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Don't open on Father's Day. Don't open on Father's Day, because now you're gonna have to scramble. You're gonna have to call a bunch of customers and say, hey, we gotta cancel on you, and then you're gonna get a bunch of 1-star reviews. Those niggas not coming to work.
Yeah.
I told the motherfucker that. So I'm not saying, yo, Father's Day is a blackout day because I'm just like, nigga, I want to be nice. No, it's because I know these niggas ain't coming to work. I know we're going to deal with call-offs that day. Why would I put myself in a jam?
Right.
So I would expect a person to say, yo, no, Father's Day is a blackout day. And I go into the reasons why. Motherfuckers don't want to listen, yo. You got to learn the hard way.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So.
And it's unfortunate that black people, damn, bruh. It's unfortunate because with me being younger, somebody try to ask me something, and I might got the answer, but then they like, oh, nah, he don't know because I'm young and I'm black. They like, man, nah, he ain't. That shit don't make sense. But it makes sense.
Now, here's the thing with that. Because I had a little back and forth with a guy on my Discord like 2 years ago. He ain't been back since because he wanted to be a life coach. And I'm just like, nigga, I would never buy what you got. Nigga, what the fuck you gonna tell me? Nigga, I'm 20-some years older than you. You mean to tell me you can tell me about life more than me? What you talking about?
Okay.
It's like that. Like a life coach type shit? Nah. Maybe if you learned experience from a business perspective where, let's say you grew up in the restaurant business, it's like a generational thing. So you grew up in a restaurant since 5 years old. And that's different. Right. If you're a 25-year-old and I'm a 40-something-year-old who's looking to start a restaurant business, I will take advice from a motherfucker who father owned a restaurant, grandfather owned a restaurant, and you've been in there waiting tables, busboying since 5 years old. Mm-hmm. At 25, you still got 20 years experience in the restaurant business. That's different. But when it comes to like life experience, nigga, ain't shit you can tell me. and you 20 fucking years younger than me. So we had that fallout, and he motherfucker ain't been back. But it's the truth, nigga. That's why I can say things like Father's Day should be a blackout day. Because I'm going to tell you why it should be a blackout day. You dig what I'm saying? Because the niggas ain't coming. Just how I broke it down, it may have been explicit, but it's the truth. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can tell you, no, don't go around that corner. You might want to go the other way. I could look at a motherfucker and be like, nah, dude on bullshit. I could read a motherfucker better than you. You don't have that wisdom. You don't have that situational awareness based off learned from experience and shit like that.
Yeah.
I done lived 20 years longer than you, or 25 years longer than you. So I got 25 more years experience than you when living. There's nothing you can tell me about life, nigga. I know what's coming before you. You dig what I'm saying? You ain't had enough challenges. You ain't nigga had your back against the wall enough. That's why, like, your generation now, y'all be crashing out on the internet crying over all this goofy ass shit. Cause you ain't really.
And I was more so talking about like people that's my age or a little bit younger than me. You know what I'm saying? That's asking me stuff about what I got going on, and I try to tell them, and then like they check in on them, and they still on the same shit. I mean, I'm not trying to force somebody to do nothing, but it's like I see that more in black people my age, because I done talked to other races of people, and like it seems like they're more receptive of knowledge, receptive of something.
Well, yeah, yeah. So other ethnicities are a little bit more accepting to knowledge than we are, especially when it's coming from people that look like us. I'm not like that. I take information on from everybody. I'm not that ignorant. Motherfucker, I've said it before on here, nigga. I've had some of the best conversations I've ever had with homeless people. I don't frown or look down upon. It's a lot of homeless people that were once in really good situations, and life happened, and for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying, and now they're homeless. Some people choose that. They've given up, but that still doesn't take away the experiences, the life experiences they've had. You know what I'm saying? Because, not everybody that's homeless is homeless because life fucked them up. Some people just gave up because they might have lost it. They just said, fuck it. Nigga, I've tried to give people homeless money that didn't have a cup. I've just seen it out there just sitting on the fucking side and offer them money, and they say no. You see what I'm saying? So, with us, we don't like to accept information, wisdom, knowledge from people that look like us. This is fucking disgusting, but I know where it comes from. It's systemic. It goes all the way back to slavery. We were pitted against each other. Yeah. Motherfucking house motherfucker against the field motherfucker. The light motherfucker versus the dark motherfucker. You dig what I'm saying? So we've always been taught since going back then to hate. You know what I'm saying? Or to compete. And even going back then, that lighter shade was always superior. You dig what I'm saying? That's where the direction came from. So if it didn't come from that, then nigga, you can't tell me nothing. So when I say things like, yo, and he's in here, he's that $100 super chat, I'm probably gonna give it back to him because this is what I'm saying, this emotional shit. Nigga, your $100 don't mean nothing. Cause your name wasn't said, but see, since you so emotional, I said it was a motherfucker in the Discord that as far as the Father Day shit, I never said Ty. But see how emotional motherfucker get? Because the motherfucker probably done message him and said, man, Mark talking about you. I never said his name.
Yeah, that's
emotional.
See, and that's another shit that niggas be doing.
So
like, bro, like
I'm using that as an example. Never said your name. So clearly somebody in the message this motherfucker. Now he wanna come here and drop $100 super. Like the $100 means something like you getting money, nigga. The only reason you're doing that is because of me. See what I'm saying? I don't. This is why I be like, yo, I don't have time for this shit. It's a silly shit to me, bro. Hold on.
Nah, I feel that.
How you want to call and shit? Like, bro, what do you want, Ty? What do you want? What do you want?
Man, I'm not talking about you.
Who are you talking about?
Until you say you're not funny. I'm looking at the chat.
What about
I'm not talking about. I'm looking at the chat. I'm not even talking about you,
bro? Nobody, Ty. You gotta understand, pimp. You gotta stop getting so emotional, bro.
What you talking about? I'm not talking about you though.
But here's the thing: it don't matter, pimp. Like you don't, like you just come spend $100 to tell who said your name, bro.
Man.
Okay, Ty got you stressed. You don't want to come. Yeah, Ty, I did say it was somebody in the Discord. He said it, and I said, yeah, because I know with you, I'm going to have to really spend time with whatever your situations are, and I just don't have the capacity.
I don't got no situation. Just had a great day today.
And that's cool. Situation. But there's other things that we're still working with you to develop, right?
Had a great day. About to hit my goal, man. I ain't tripping.
All right. So you can't stop getting emotional, pimp.
I ain't emotional, man.
Yeah, man.
Niggas keep saying you ain't even saying my name.
Everything don't
warrant. You gotta keep my name out their mouth. I'm working.
Listen, I got some haters. You know who they are. They say my name all the time, begging for attention. But every motherfucker that say your name don't warrant a response. You dig what I'm saying? Especially in this time, everybody knows you give me a headache in the Discord. That was no need to be explained.
Man.
People have told me, like, why you even still? Because you're a challenge for me. See, I challenge myself. The reason I'm gonna answer the question, when everybody keep asking me, why do you put so much effort into Ty? And then I gotta get out of here. I challenge myself. I hate the fact that I'm finna say this, right? But you are a challenge for me. Cordell is on his way. Justin, he's doing good. You know, we still got a little work to do with him. Everybody's doing. You are a challenge. So I spend the time with you because I have to break you to make you better. And I'm not gonna stop until I see a change.
Shit working though.
Hold on.
Working though. Like
you said what?
I said this shit working though. Like I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, man. I'm gonna keep, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna continue to listen to you, and I'm gonna take off.
Yeah, but you have to listen.
All these little jokes don't mean nothing to me, man. It's just helping me, inspiring me to.
But see, here's
motivation.
The thing. It's the thing when you don't listen. See, a lot of the debacles that we have is because I tell you what it is and you don't listen. And I'm just like, why you just didn't listen? I told you what it was going to be. Nigga, I'm not Nostradamus. This shit is from fucking lived experience. All the way back to when you first came in the Discord, to the bitch from last year that got you in that trouble, to the shit from this year, to the situations you had with Buddy and them ass last year, to, goddamn it, the fucking moving shit now. Nigga, I coach you and damn near mentor you for free, right? Because this shit, I be having to consult you in situations that don't even be pertaining to business, that be in the outside world, but they affect how you operate in business because it affects you. You got to go sit down for 30 days. You got to go do this. You got to go do that. You dig what I'm saying? So a lot of the shit where I get frustrated with you is because I tell you things to do and you don't do it. I've already proven to you I'm credible because everything I've told you, you've had to come back like, damn, you was right again. Damn, you was right again. All the way to recently with the Father's Day shit. So 2.5, 3 years, or how long you been in the Discord? 2 years, let's say. So I feel like, nigga, at this point, nigga, just do what the fuck I tell you to do so that you can continue to go that way so we can stop having these bumps in the road and you can just continue to accelerate. You dig? But you want to have a hard head. And that's where I be getting frustrated. Hello?
Yeah. No, you right. Like I said, man, like I said, I don't listen at first, which I'm gonna start doing, but
you gotta listen at first.
Yeah, man, sometimes I learn on my own.
No, we don't need to learn on your own no more because we wasted half the summer. We wasted half of the summer gone. Now, some people like, Mark, how did this July 21st, June 21st, summer just started 2 weeks ago. For moving season, nigga, that started in April. Half the moving season is gone, nigga. We got the half of it's gone. So we gotta pick
it up another notch.
Okay, so
kick it up a notch.
We need you to just listen. We don't need you to. At this point, we don't need you to think.
I don't
need you to listen.
I gotta still think.
No, nigga, I'm gonna think for you.
Oh,
I'm thinking for you. I'm telling you what to do and what not to do. You did. You just gotta listen, because everything I told you is coming to fruition. Every fucking thing, boy. So I don't like having to repeat myself over and over and over and over again. So when he was saying that, I'm just like, no, I can't do it today because I don't have the capacity. You dig what I'm saying? To whatever the situation may be and however the conversation may go, whether it's on the business, whether it's what you're doing outside the business that's affecting the business. Like you June 30th, if you don't got no moves, I have to figure out why. Okay, what are we doing? Okay, this is why you ain't got no moves, nigga. You too busy over here, nigga, cuddling and shit. So then I gotta spend an hour with you on how, you know what I'm saying, you want to be this guy and you talking to me about this bread. Well, where I'm from, nigga, we gonna go chase the bread, nigga. We not chasing the broad. So if you want to be a motherfucker who chase the bag, then now I gotta instill in your mentality and redirect you. I gotta tear you down. I gotta spend an hour tearing you down. Then I gotta spend another hour building you back up. I gotta tear you down to pull all that bullshit up out you, and then I gotta build you up the right way. That's time, and it's draining. When you could have just did what I told you to do the first time. See what I'm saying?
I feel that.
So sometimes I just don't want to do that shit, pimp.
Right.
I know y'all niggas ain't got no big homies, bro. Like, y'all niggas is a little different, bro. Y'all ain't really like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all a little different. So I had to, like, I don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know why God even got that situation, man. But you know, I gotta.
We getting right, man. We getting right out here.
God's because I be like, man, fuck this shit. But then God be telling me, nah, Mark, go talk to the little niggas. Go talk.
God's plan, man. God's plan.
You know, I keep asking God, why do you keep making me do this? He said, go talk to a nigga, man. I said, all right, man. All right.
It's all a part of the story, man.
It's crazy, bro. Oh, God. All right.
All right, man.
Yeah,
don't send nothing back to me, man.
Huh?
All right. I said, don't send nothing back to me.
Yeah, because you owe a lot, bro. Nigga, kept you out of jail, I think. I done did a lot for you.
Nah.
Yeah. If I had time, nigga, we could go down memory lane.
I probably owe what?
Yeah, you owe a lot more. Matter of fact, you need to
10,
pay a little bit more dues and ties and offer to the demonstration.
I'm messed up out here in these streets.
You said what?
I said I'm messed up out here in these streets.
Yeah, you are from a mentality understanding. You know what I'm saying? The mentality demonstration was a little bit better. I feel like you would be a little bit farther along, but you know, you one of the guys from the generation where you concerned with what people say, and then you know you got mentally you want to be an individual who chases it, but you dig what I'm saying? You a little soft for the punani. You dig what I'm saying?
Nah.
The punani done got you in some trouble. The past 2 years, you done punani is your issue. The punani done got you in trouble.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, last year it was punani. This year, you behind because of the punani.
Nah.
It is. It's what time? Am I lying? Was you in trouble last year because of some punani?
No.
So Ty,
I don't know, man.
It wasn't the punani?
No, man.
So what was it?
I was tweaking myself.
But it was the punani. It wasn't it all stemmed from the punani, right?
No, we good, man.
All right, so it's always the punani. I don't want to like, cause to me, I'm gonna be honest with you. When they like, man, we getting in trouble on some shit, man. Nigga, we had to go sit down cause man, it was some shit over here. Nigga was fucking with the bag. The guys, man, Joe, we need, you know what I'm saying? Mama done call, man. These motherfuckers is behind the house, and they said something crazy. They said what? Click. 100 niggas right there, nigga. Listen, we sitting down for some shit like that. We not going and missing on the bag because of some punani. You dig what I'm saying?
We getting back right, man.
Hey,
we
then,
we elevating, man. We gonna continue to work hard, man.
All right, then. I don't want to have these conversations.
As an ex-gig worker, man, you know what I'm saying? We get into it, man.
Yeah, I was right about that too. Told him that gigging shit was coming to an end. He was a faithful gigger. Couldn't just talk. Couldn't say nothing bad about the gig to this dude until it did a topsy-turvy on his ass. Then he had to become a mover. Then when he became a mover, he saw the vision. He said, oh man, this is different. Nigga, I gotta drive 12, 13, 14, 15 hours to make what I just made in an hour.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? Like, you gotta drive 13 hours and 15 hours to go do what a motherfucker doing in an hour. Shit is preposterous. It's preposterous, pimp. You dig?
Come on, man.
So, I don't know, man, but you know, I ain't coming in here today. I ain't coming in here today.
You ain't gonna come in the Discord today.
Nah, nigga,
I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing for you today.
I gotta come in the gym. I'm going to the gym, and I gotta step out, bro.
I had a great day, man. I want to tell you about it, man. Come to the Discord.
Come on, pimp. All right, man. I'm coming there a little bit while I'm working out, but I ain't gonna do no coaching. I'm just gonna do listening. Just don't say no goofy shit.
All right, man.
Just don't say no goofy shit. All right, let me get out of here.
All right.
Shout out to CTR. Shout out to CTR in the building. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Appreciate that super chat. Ty a lot more on the offerings. That nigga tricking off on the burnout. Yeah, it's been the time to be out here doing what you're supposed to do. CTR said, little do you know the coaching you do for Ty is definitely helping me. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, man. All right, man. I gotta go. All right. I will appreciate you guys. Hopefully somebody got some type of value, you dig, from the live stream and the lecture today. And until next time, I'm out. Peace.